Welcome to Altered Judgment. Last night, Joe was drinking in Ireland all over County Kerry. As in, can Alex carry on with these stingers while Joe's away? This is Altered Judgment. Stick around.
Oh, man.
Disclaimer, what you're about to hear may or may not have been influenced by fear. Just friends being friends, talking shit all night. But hold on tight, cause you're in for the ride on Altered Judgment. Altered Judgment. Talking about fast food, hockey, colonoscopy, sipping culture, aliens in the 90s on Altered Judgment.
Yes, the best part that you don't hear unless you have headphones.
That is amazing.
Right? The synth is buried in there in a good way. But guys, we are back. Clearly, this is not Joe. Joe's over in Ireland, and if by the time we're doing this, right now,
He's asleep.
Joe is long since asleep. It is roughly 2:30 a.m. in Ireland. We were going to have him call in, but that boy's having too much fun, so we're not going to drag him out of bed. Plus, I don't think he would do it.
Yeah.
But who else could fill Joe's shoes other than Chef Nick? Now, you guys, the OGs have seen him in season 1.
Yeah.
We've obviously been talking since then, but
Of course.
it's about time you came back in the studio, and you have the privilege of enjoying the studio for the first time. You got the long desk version.
Yeah,
of
the
said
OG
show.
style,
The
which is really
OG.
nice. But like this is swanky.
Yeah, I know. It's been like an episode over episode thing, so it's kind of fun to watch it grow.
I
And then
mean, because like, I feel like you send me pictures like every week. You're like, look what we did.
like, yo, I found another gritty in Charlotte's room and I stuck them on a TV. It's definitely different now. But there's like, slam dunk and gritty. I mean, we collect things as we go. Like, clearly that was from Kristen's episode. We did talk about Ascend Jr. making it there. Ascend Jr. is now in its home right there. There's just all sorts of stuff. Every episode you watch, I mean, there's Easter eggs. If you're seeing it from this angle, there's an Iron Pigs banner. Joe got us a Philly Fanatic light. That's new. The Philly wall is evolving. There's actually some big changes coming to the Philly wall that are in the works, but you'll see those eventually. But Joe was going to be gone for about 10 to 12 days. It lined up with, the shooting schedule. And we're like, do we take time off or do we just... And Joe was like, you know what? No, we need to find a co-host. And when we sat there and thought about who we wanted to be co-host, number one, Chef Nick. And thank God Chef Nick was available because we have 2 episodes on the docket. The first one, we are going to talk to Lindsay of So Much Cooler, which is unique to this because, it's something new for me. Handmade dresses, sewing. I did home ec class. That is my extent of sewing.
We all made the pillow or whatever.
We made the pillow, and I was the guy who the teacher was like, hey, you should probably not keep your finger really close to that. And I went finger right through, sewing needle went right through my middle finger and out so fast. I'm like, no, that definitely didn't catch it. And then I saw it bleeding out the middle of my nail. I'm like, oh,
You were that kid. That checks out. I feel like that really checks out for you.
I was really like, oh. Meanwhile, she was literally giving the speech of like, be careful, don't do this. And I did.
And you did it. Yeah.
So I was actually not allowed to sew anymore. I was solely on the baking side, which actually worked out more in my favor anyway. But Lindsay's the expert. We're going to have her on here, and Nick's going to, help me steer the boat and bring his perspective, which
I like the bow tie in there. That
was a good bow tie.
I like
See,
that,
see, I did it. Love it.
That's amazing.
But I think at this point, the only natural thing is to take a quick break. We'll bring our guest on, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Oh my God, Alex, did you tell your wife?
I just realized it just now.
What? You realized it right now?
No, I realized just now that we crossed paths.
Oh my God.
Did they just forget to cut your sideburns or what?
No, I 100%. That was.
Oh my God.
You should see. You're looking
Those are your early ska days.
Dude, I had
we
the
all
fucking-
were obsessed with ska in high school. We're like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be in a band.
Dude, I had. They're looking at my hair was fucking aggressive. It was like out and calling fucking mutton chop.
I'll
shit.
have to send you. So my senior pick, I remember I got my hair dyed.
There's a shitload of S's, so you got it's like 3 or 4 pages. Yeah, you're close.
I had bleach blonde hair because I wanted it to be green, and it ended up
Oh,
looking like fucking Ecto Cooler. Like it was terrible.
Dude, I knew there was something, and I was trying to piece it together. I'm like, fuck. Now that she's sitting here, I get it. And it was like a movie montage where you're piecing all that shit together. Oh my God, here it is. But yeah,
Big
No,
zoom in.
so-
Whoa.
So what would happen? What had happened to me at the time, which I didn't know. You know, when you're growing up, this could be a therapy session, by the way.
that's what this
You-
podcast, honestly, for most
Hell
people ends
yeah.
up being.
Do you know when you're growing up and you don't realize that like things around you are affecting you? You don't know why you're acting the way you're acting. You don't maybe not know until your 30s that like, hey.
yeah.
So I got pregnant when I was young. That I don't know if you knew about that.
I don't know. I think
It was like very hush. It wasn't hush, but like I come from a religious background and my parents put him in jail and I had to give the baby up for adoption.
Wow.
So he's 25.
I was adopted. Good tie-in.
And I usually don't talk. People don't know this about me. But because of that situation, I was like this angry person, I guess.
I was sold on her as an enforcer.
Even in your late teens, early 20s, like that's so emotionally.
Yeah, I don't think you can hold
Yeah.
any of that against somebody. That's a
mentally
tough time.
on somebody. Yeah.
But it was very because of where I grew up and I had the baby, gave the baby up for adoption. I went right back on the streets. Nobody asked me questions. Nobody asked me how you were. Nobody talks about it. It's just, it is what it is, moving on. And so that lesson when I was that young, because I was like 15 and pregnant, was like, okay, this was like tuning my brain. Now, when I go in life, okay, things happen, you just move on.
Oh, sure.
You don't
Yeah.
like deal with it. You just keep moving on.
Well, sets that precedent.
Yeah.
And I say, coming from the restaurant industry, is I became very desensitized to like death.
Yes.
And especially when I worked at Annapolis. Annapolis is a big hub for like sobriety and the recovery community.
Okay.
I'm going to say 90% of my staff came from the recovery program. And some of them were the best people I've ever employed ever. Because like the ones that are really actively trying to get their life together are like, I'm going to go all in. But every few weeks I'd have that person that was like, hey, so-and-so didn't show up to work. And I got to call the hospitals. I got to call the police stations. And they're like, oh, another person OD'd. And I'm like, cool, go do the dishes. Like we have to get back to work. And I became very desensitized to that, even in my own life. Like I remember, like, yes, I'm an emotional person, but when it comes to death, I managed to cut that off.
You're like numb to it.
And
You almost shut it off.
It really shuts you off because like when
Yeah.
I feel like when you're dealing with these things, like you do understand, you're like, life does have to go on. And it's not that
Sure.
we don't feel these emotions. We don't address it. We might address it differently than other people, but and it's that whole, like, people deal with grief and emotion and mental health in so many different ways. But I feel like, especially at a young age, when you're almost like you're forced to grow up
Yeah,
Sure.
very
instantly.
quickly, whether you're forced to grow up or you're trying to grow up very quickly. I was trying to grow up very quickly as a teenager because I was already like done with that just like high school bullshit.
Sure.
And you sort of like you become numb to everything, and you're like, nope, I have to I gotta put my blinders on and I gotta go do my own thing. But I'm curious about this. Like, do you have contact with?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was part of the deal was that it would be an open adoption.
Okay.
And so I probably just got out of the military and I was literally off the chain.
That's when
at
I
that
met you.
Point. Off.
Yeah, that's
I did not give a shit about anything.
Can I ask,
Yeah.
did you choose, you did your, what is it, 3 years enlistment? And
4.
then
because you were
4,
in the Navy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
and then you chose not to re-enlist.
Nick.
Can I
Let it rip. Let's
we
talk.
don't-
We don't have to.
We don't have
Nick.
to talk about. That's why I'm
We
asking.
can talk about it.
Then let's
I'm
talk
just-
about it.
We're
I'm
going to
always-
talk about it, Nick.
I know a
This is
lot
a
of
good
people.
cut, by the way.
I have
We're
a lot
gonna
of
talk
people
about
that have gone through the military on both ends of this. So
Yeah.
I'm always curious.
I'm
as
going to
to-
put it like this. They ask everybody to re-enlist. They did not ask me to re-enlist.
Jeez.
Nick, they handed me a piece of paper and they said, sign this. I didn't even know what I was signing. I am not allowed to go back in any military branch for the
Jesus.
rest of my life.
Okay.
Wow.
I have an honorable discharge. I didn't do anything enough to get kicked out.
Okay.
But to conform as a sailor was extremely difficult for me, but it's not enough for them to kick you out. So I'm like, all right, I did my 4 years, but they're like, you're not for the military. I already know that. That's okay.
Yeah.
But like, I can't even go in the reserves. If
they
they were
won't-
like recruiting people to go to Iraq right now, they'd be like, put her.
But
No, I
you
don't
know
think
what?
she should go.
I think regardless of the situation, regardless
Yeah.
of why they made that decision, I think that that's something really important, and I always relate to that as well in terms of like not everybody is built for everything.
Correct.
Right.
You did what you were supposed to do. You enlisted. You did your 4 years, and
Yeah.
you're like, hey, I'm going to do my thing. And they're like, listen, this isn't for you. Best of luck. And at least you have that to say, hey, listen, I did
Yeah.
this, so I understand that. I mean, the amount of people that I've hired over the years, and I'm like, listen, restaurant work is not for you. And we know
Right.
like not everybody can work in a not everybody can work in a restaurant, but a restaurant person can work anywhere kind of
Sure.
situation. And I've had so many people that have come in and they're like, I'm like, listen, this isn't for you. I'm sorry. It's just not cutting it. But I'm going to help you find something else. Like I'm going to like whatever. We're going to find what you're good
Yeah.
at and we're going to figure that out. So like when you left the military, what was the next, what were you thinking? Like what was the next thing for you?
Well,
How did we get here?
If we rewind, like during the military, part of the whole reason why it was so hard was because I was on a ship for 4 years, basically.
You were out at. Geez.
I was out to sea for probably 2.5 of the 4 years.
right out the gate, like training and everything's done out.
Once you go through boot camp and you go through your A school, like whatever your job is, and I was an operations specialist with a secret clearance, and it was only like a 1.5 school or whatever. Once you're done, you go out and you're just
They dumped you on the boat out the gate. That's wild.
You're on the ship immediately.
I'm a claustrophobic person.
Oh, it's rough.
I've talked to a lot of guys
It's
that I
rough.
know that were in the Navy and they were out on the submarines and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, no freaking way. Like, no
way.
Well, what's the,
chance
They
in
call
hell
it
would
a
I do
coffin
that.
rack.
That
I'm
open-
well aware. I'm
It's
so
a
self-aware. I'm
coffin
like, I
rack.
could never do the military.
Like that,
Aside from me being like a fat fuck, like I could never.
Right. Yeah.
There's no,
What's the,
I would be like the best cook in the military, but like
Right.
I'm not.
But-
I'm not running anywhere.
I mean, I was in like 20 countries, and it taught me a lot, and I'm never late for things.
Well, there you go.
Never late.
I can't tell you how much I love that. Like punctuality for me.
Yeah.
Again, being a musician and a restaurant guy, I'm like,
Yeah.
if you can't show up on time,
I mean,
don't talk
really.
to me.
Yeah.
Don't.
But it was not a great 4 years of my life.
But then, so what was adjustment like? I mean, like you said, you lived on
It
a
was
ship
extremely
for 4
hard.
years.
It was hard to sleep in an open room.
Oh, you were okay.
I've heard that, right? Because you're so
Yeah.
used to those tight
You're in a
quarters.
coffin rack where you can't sit up in it.
Yeah.
So then when you get into a regular
God,
bed, you're
just
like,
thinking about, oh man, my skin's crawling thinking about that.
So
No
it's
way.
like a nightmare. You can't take a shower without shower shoes. It's like
Sure.
the littlest things because you could get a fungus in your feet. Like
And
you're
that
like,
you've
and then
been-
you're one time.
That's wild.
I did get a fungus in my toenail, and I didn't know because I was young that you could just let it like grow out and it'll
And get
fall
rid
off.
of it? Oh, you tried to rip
Because
that out.
they had us doing like we were out to sea in the middle of somewhere working with German ships, and
I thought you said German shepherds. Like, why were the dogs
Sure.
out there?
yeah, German ships, and that's what we do a lot in the Navy is we play games.
Okay.
Okay, we play sonar games. We play games with other navies and show them things and whatnot.
I played Battleship before. I'm familiar
Yeah,
with this.
Terrible
It's
that shit.
very much like that. We're literally just wasting energy and killing sea animals. You know what I
Love
mean? It's just
Dolphin.
for
Me
fun.
too.
Your American tax dollars at
Yeah,
work.
yeah, this is what we're doing. So, but they put us in this little rib, and I had to go from one ship to another in a rib, and I got water in my boots, and and then I ended up getting this fungus now, which is like a pretty common thing. I don't know that because I'm like 19, right? And they were like, "Oh, cool. They don't have doctors on my ship.
no.
I'm on a destroyer. I'm not on a big ship. Okay, there's like 280 people on, I think, are on the ship." And they're like, "All right, cool. Come to like the medic room, right?" I'm like, "All right." And everyone stood there while they peeled my fucking toenail off my foot for fun. I
Dude,
think.
I can look at most injuries, but for some reason, like toes and fingernails getting ripped out just fucking skews
But wait,
me out.
but
Like,
you
Yeah.
watch, like, listen, like, I love those TikToks. Like, I'm obsessed with, like, the people that they do the
Oh, yeah.
toenail removal and stuff.
Yeah.
I,
Dr.
like, sit
Pimple
there,
Popper?
I, like,
Yeah.
wait for it. I want to watch them do that.
oh, no, man.
Well, this is sick. This was sick.
Oh, I'm sure it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
That's,
And they injected
They just
my
ripped it all together.
Well, they inject your toe with a needle that like is supposed to send a
So it's
signal
kind of like
to
we had
your
the ingrown
brain.
toenails
Yeah.
kind of
It's,
thing, but
it's
yeah.
not
Ugh.
like drugs. It's like, you know what I
it
mean?
just takes that sensory. Oh, like it won't
Take
feel
the
pain, but it's
sensory.
still
yeah,
happening.
they're like liquid beta blockers,
Yeah.
basically.
And they just were like, "All right, cool," and they started to peel it off. I was like, "I can feel this."
But you still feel like it numbs it, but you still feel the pliers. Like you can tell it's happening, so it's a really weird sensation because you're not feeling the pain, but you like
Yeah.
know it's happening. It's like
Right.
being
Yeah.
awake during surgery. It's not.
I don't know
cool.
why, but I'm just imagining,
I'm
like-
sitting here, I'm watching it.
I'm just
you know?
imagining like the most rustiest pair of pliers and just
Well, and the
some
littlest
guy
room,
who
I
was
mean,
like, he just like, you hear like the toilet flush, he comes out, he's like, all right, let's do this.
they're
Wipe his
not
hands
real
on his shirt.
doctors.
It's like just a
Too.
designated toe guy.
And it's like the room's half
You
the size
rang?
of this, you know? And people are just standing outside the door watching,
Well,
you know? And I'm just
sure
like,
beats
fuck
nuking
it, you know?
dolphins. We're just gonna watch a toe get ripped
This is
off.
my life. This is so much
It
fun.
definitely, you know, it's one of those situations. And again, I've known so many people that have been in the military, have fought overseas, have gone through all these tours and done all this stuff. And the way that it changes them as a person and just sort of like, you deal with that kind of stuff and the little things in life
Just
become
don't
less
matter.
trivial. It's just,
Yeah.
it's so trivial. They, you know, and I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, stop, you know, don't worry about the small things. Like
Yeah.
it's not consequential to you. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Keep moving on and keep pushing forward. And I think that is what separates like the really successful people from people who are just sort of like struggling and hustling every day and not moving anywhere, is having that ability to go, I don't have to worry about this today. You know, this is not, you know, we were talking earlier off air of like,
Yeah.
you know, all the little nonsense that we deal with, and to be able to just push that aside and go, okay, like I've got my blinders on, I'm going to do my work. So I guess let's make that connection, right? Like
Sure.
how,
Yeah.
you know, you left the military, you're adjusting to life.
But I went right into Temple University.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic.
For unrelated to where you end. Okay.
For
okay.
marketing.
So
Oh, wonderful.
Business marketing.
so coincides in a long
But
haul.
at this, right. But so I went to Fox Business School.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still at the time, I didn't realize how much it would help me because, you know, like,
Like, was
You
this
don't
even in
know.
the picture?
Yeah.
Were you, I guess, I know it might be jumping ahead, but like, were you actively sewing? Like,
No.
did that something that just
I was
manifested?
actually working in events. So
Okay.
I was working for the Flyers, the Sixers,
Okay.
at the stadium, doing the event stuff behind the scenes, like unpaid internships for years.
Out of school?
Like, yeah,
Okay.
I'd leave school, I'd go to the stadium. I would shoot shirts on the ice during the Flyers games.
Okay.
And things like that.
There's the
'Cause
tie-in. It was shirts, so then they eventually became dresses.
Yeah.
There we go.
But
we got
boy,
it.
was that nerve-wracking.
Dude, that has
because,
to be.
because if you don't get it high enough, like people start fucking freaking
Dude, they
out
get
on
mad.
you.
Free
I
t-shirts
mean-
bring
I'm
out
like,
the
dude,
worst in
I'm more
people.
No
nervous
fan
doing
like a
that.
Philly fan. Yeah,
dude.
Like,
that's
and this is old school. Like, this is before transplants. You know what I mean?
They stopped doing the t-shirts probably for that exact reason.
probably.
Did they stop doing
They
the
don't do 'em
t-shirts?
anymore.
Wait,
That's
were you
the
ever
reason-
like, were you like one of the ice girls? Like, were
I
you
was
doing
not
that?
an
No, she was on
ice
the pickup
girl.
truck with
I
the
wasn't
bazooka.
hot,
Like,
okay?
I was like,
No, there's like hot ice girls. I'm not a hot ice girl. I'm in like.
Here's your t-shirt,
I
Ken.
wish I was a hot ice girl. I was in one of those like the jumper suits.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the track suits where it said Flyers.
I want to
like,
be the guy that shoots the hot dogs.
Dude,
like,
yeah.
To me,
No.
that's
Except
I
in
know.
that one dude, he shot. Didn't that they stopped doing that too? Because the fanatic or
Yes.
somebody shot somebody in the face with one or something.
People
Pay
gotta be-
attention, dude. Pay attention. You're at a ball game.
Yeah.
right. Like what? People are throwing things from every angle.
Yeah.
The people that get hit by baseball games, I'm like,
Like, look,
you know where you are. Like, I'm not a sports guy, but like,
Right.
I'm gonna know where the ball is.
I feel bad you took a hot dog to the face, but there was plenty of announcement. You see him driving around with a hot dog launching cannon. You're like, oh no, let me just look away. That's
So,
on you.
so you're shooting,
So
you're shooting
I'm
t-shirts.
shooting fucking t-shirts and
We'll get
trying
there.
not to piss people off.
Sure.
You know, for no money,
God
right?
bless Philadelphia.
Like for no money.
Internship.
And they kind of said like, well, if you become like in their team at the stadium, if you become, I forget what the job was exactly, but I guess you're like an account manager. You're
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah,
marketing.
they-
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like they're getting like the sales, like the people that get group tickets.
Sure.
They're the
They're
ones
like-
that call you occasionally. Flyer season starting. Would you like? I'm
Right.
like, no, I can't
It's
afford that.
stuff like that. It's sales. And that's when I quickly realized that events are not really what I picture it to be. Everything is really sales.
Oh yeah, when it boils down to it, that entire the sports team
Everything is
itself is a
sales.
business.
Everything-
I
sales.
love that quote, and
Yeah.
you're so right.
Yeah.
Again, we were talking off air. It's like every aspect of what we all do, what anybody does, it boils down to sales.
It boils down to sales.
Whether you're selling a product, you're selling yourself, you're selling, it's sales.
It
I
is
got
what it
so
is.
mad when they started putting the logos on the helmets, and I know they're small, but I'm like, it's only a matter of time before it's the whole jersey. I'm like, just stop.
Right.
I just want to watch the game. Just
Right.
let me watch the game.
Right. And
Start
then
looking like NASCAR. Hockey player. The goalies come out and they're just like sponsored by
Well,
everybody.
it'd be one thing if here's the thing, the Flyer stuff is all black, orange, and the
Yeah.
logo is like powder blue for the like. Can't you at least
Yeah.
blend it into what they're wearing? Like I get it has to be a banner, but like chill, dude. Soccer is wild with that. I mean, it's gonna happen, unfortunately. But t-shirt cannons, events. Somehow we got here. So how did we get to so much cooler?
So
So,
after
she did it, see?
so SEW, because nobody fucking knows that it's that. They always
Those
SO
savage-
much cooler on
Oh,
online.
yeah.
I'm like, guys, SEW.
You're taking my pun out of it. That's the
Hello.
whole
I
point.
know it's the whole point.
I think it was like you messaged me the other day. I was like, you write it like in when you as you're
I
writing
started
it,
doing that,
and I was
dude.
like, I love that.
I
I'm
started
just-
doing it because it clicks.
I'm
it clicks.
a fan of theming
Yeah.
and niche. Like I love that.
I know
so.
you're a theater guy. I
Go-
love that about
yeah,
you.
go off with
I'm a
that.
theater girl that never did theater.
Dude, we
How
dealt
How
with
about that? I
that.
should have been in theater.
We dealt with that out the
Really?
gate with this, and me and Joe didn't realize it until we were probably a month or two in. But judgment typically doesn't have the E. It's a legal context if it doesn't have the E. But to me, visually, GE is always how I thought it looked. When we spelled it, like, no, you're using like the UK version. Like, well, I guess we're fancy. We're gonna keep this.
Right.
Like you're fighting against all the algorithms, but we got there.
I
Pinkies
didn't
up.
think twice about it.
No, we
no,
didn't
I
either.
didn't think twice about it.
But then
so-
it was just popping up as like you're gonna have trouble with search engines. I'm like, why? Because the
Yeah.
legal version has no E. I was like, well, no. Then we differentiate. It's
I
even
think
better.
I ran into that. I was writing something out one day, like before I
When
came
we
over-
first
before
started.
or after.
Yeah.
And I was writing it out, and Lauren's like, I think you spelled that wrong.
See, I had to
Like,
second
the
guess
fuck I
it.
did. Don't tell me that.
But then, yeah, but then
Autocorrect.
for the first month, anytime you searched our shit, it would pull up like legal proceedings and stuff. And then finally we beat the algorithm because Google found us. But it was rough for a bit there. I was like, no,
Yeah.
I like that. To me, visually, it's like gray. Like you can, it's weird stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
We're back.
So we're back. So basically, I graduated from Temple with the degree and at a C average. I'm not gonna lie.
That's all you need.
You graduated.
It doesn't matter. I got the paper.
What do they call the smartest? What do they call
I
the?
don't know.
What do they call the dumbest doctor who graduates?
I know
Call
the
him
expression.
doctor.
Yeah,
They
they
still
Something
call
like
him
that.
doctor,
Yeah, they
and
still
I
call him
knew that. I'm
doctors.
like, I'm
It's
still
like
a doctor.
D's get degrees is another saying or something
Yeah,
like that.
something
Yeah,
like
dude.
I mean, perception is everything in life.
So you graduated.
And I graduated. So then this is what happened, guys. This is the killer.
Uh-oh.
I got pregnant.
Okay.
So, but we weren't married. So I'm pregnant now. I was a sinner.
Blasphemy.
Believe me,
Sinner.
a Jewish girl walking into a Catholic home was
Oh, yeah,
already
that's
bad
rough.
enough. That was already bad enough.
You're stacking them. There you go.
Nobody
Yeah.
is more supportive than a hater.
This,
Yeah.
honestly, that's
Can we get
so
into
true.
Can we get into the haters?
I
Oh my
love-
God.
We can get into whatever we want.
Do
Yeah.
people not realize this is something that my wife and I talk about all the time?
Yeah.
Is like, do people not realize that on Instagram, like anybody can see who's watching your stories? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I look. I know who's there.
I know who's there.
My favorite thing is
Yeah.
when they choose to roast something that you know is very far into your video or episode, and they're like giving you shit for like, well, you watched 40 minutes
Yeah.
to get here, so
I'm
we're
always
doing
like,
something
yep.
right.
I'm like, thanks for the engagement. You want to call me fat? You want to do it? Thanks for the
Sure,
engagement.
thank
I
you.
appreciate that. It's gonna push
That's
it out
because
even
you know
more.
TikTok is a toxic place.
I would argue
TikTok-
Insta's pretty bad too.
Facebook
Facebook's
is
awful.
the
Oh,
most
get out.
toxic place.
Facebook
Because
community
It's
groups.
just a bunch of freaking geriatrics out there
Boomers
that are, still,
that are
yeah.
just waiting to talk
Oh my
shit.
God,
Do you know
they
Facebook
love
community
it.
groups? Facebook community groups are basically like a Facebook HOA. All
Oh
the
my
assholes live in a lot of those. Like
God.
they're so bad.
I love like when they introduced the ability to post anonymously, like comment anonymously. Like I will never tell anybody what my anonymous handle is on
Right,
Facebook,
no.
but I guarantee that if you watch like the local community groups
find
out here,
it.
you
You're
know
gonna
who I
figure
am.
it out.
Oh,
You
now I'm-
know
now
who-
I'm gonna find
You gotta find it.
Yeah.
Because I love
Those are
trolling
the most
people.
toxic. Like the Facebook community groups are so toxic, man. It's
Why do
bad.
people enter it though? Like they're in
Honestly,
it.
I
They're
enter
in
it for it's like people watching for me. Like I want to see the nonsense.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
enter
yeah,
it because of
yeah.
my community.
Like
I just,
sitting there just scrolling, reading. This
but
is
I want to know who
amazing.
not to be around in any capacity. Like I don't want to be
Yeah.
near that guy.
Most of my videos on TikTok are hated on versus like praised for sure. It's more about like
Haters gonna hate.
I did a little clip on purpose because I'm a rage baiter. I don't know if you guys know that.
No way.
And I had this when I was at the Jason Kelce event at Shorebirds. There was this guy that was up on the roof. I don't know if you saw it on my TikTok or not, Nick.
That was recent. I think I saw that.
Just the other day.
Yeah.
And there's this guy. Why does he have a rifle? There's multiple
Oh,
guys. Why does he have a rifle? And I purposely wrote military. I was like, what is the military doing here? I know it's not the military, but
You're gonna get that
I'm gonna
one
rage
dude.
bait
Right.
because I know it's gonna get
You know
views.
it's not the military.
I was in the military. I know what the military looks like, but I wanted to rage bait. And guess what? It has 250,000
That's
views
fine.
just because I rage baited and wrote the military.
Well, you get the one
You
guy
know?
that like he zoomed in and saw serial numbers. That serial number's not military. And like,
And
how the fuck?
everyone's-
Why do you know this? Why are you doing this?
Every comment, like it's like they look and they duplicate it. It's weird. They're like,
yeah.
that's not the military. Like that's all they wrote. That's not the military. I'm
They
like,
just
all right,
pile
calm
it
down.
on.
People just like want to
Just
feel
comment.
right or whatever.
Just comment.
Yeah.
You know, I
Hey,
don't care.
engagement is engagement. It's fine.
All right,
So back
so
to-
you're pregnant.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I'm-
Where we left off.
So I'm pregnant, and I realized, like, well, first of all, I don't even have a job yet because I just graduated. How am I supposed to go into this business world that's mostly sales? I mean, the only thing I had going for me was like a job at like Enterprise. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, like,
Hard
you know,
pass.
it's not. Like what you events weren't what I thought it was going to be as far as like event. It's kind of too like niche in a way, and like so I'm like, what am I going to make 30 at the time? You know, we were averaging like $35,000 a year, you know, 13 years ago, like a normal job, like
Yeah.
average job, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense to put my daughter in daycare.
You're paying someone to watch your
just-
kid while making the money to
Absolutely.
pay them. It's a vicious
Yeah.
thing.
Oh
So
God, it's terrible.
I really relate with you with like just renting and living like not living beyond your means because we did that for a really long time. So when she was like 18 months, I got into sewing. This old lady, that's like this real super A type. Nobody even knows this, honestly. The people think I've been sewing my whole life. I haven't been. This
You
lady,
would not be able to tell. Goddamn.
right. I want to hear this origin
Yeah.
story.
Let's do.
she like there was just like a local fabric store, and I would go in there and I would take a few lessons, and then this woman saw me and she said, hey, instead of paying all that money to take lessons, I'll teach you how to sew at my house for $20. Like, come over, $20 a week or something. I went over there in Havertown because I was in Narberth, and I would just go there once a week for like over a year. And she was just this, she had like how you have this,
Yeah.
Alex, like she had her whole studio.
Okay.
And all these machines, and she just loves sewing. They love quilting, these old ladies, you know?
I love it.
And she taught me
She
how to
passed
sew.
down. Dude,
That's
that's
the coolest
pretty
thing.
She
crazy.
passed down
I
how
have-
to sew.
I love, like, I grew up in a
Yeah.
house where, like, my mom was big in arts and crafts. You know, she
Yeah.
was that mom every, like, rainy day, had, like, a box of stuff from AC Moore and,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Just pull it out.
would
Hey guys, let's do
I'd be
something.
like,
Yeah.
here, let's do this. I used to love doing that sort of thing. But as I got older, I was, like, as I started to become, like, into fashion, I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
anymore, but, like, I was a
Yeah.
bow tie vest kind of wearing guy all
Yeah.
the time. And I love that, but I was like, I'm not spending all this money on bow ties. I'm like, I could like make my
Make a
own.
bow tie.
And when you find like really cool patterns, I'm like,
Exactly.
I wanted, because again, to be a little bit more unique and be
Yeah,
me,
right.
I wanted to find patterns that matched my style. So I started learning how to like sew bow ties.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing that, and I dabbled in it a little bit, but I was like, this is something that I like. I find it so fascinating that people can do that and you know just turn basic fabric into apparel like this.
Well,
Like it's so cool.
The thing that was like super interesting for me was because like when you go to Target and you go and you buy your
It's
daughter
generic
stuff,
fabric, yeah.
you're just like buying like a t-shirt and leggings, and everything's like pink, and I'm not like a pink person.
There's either
and-
pink or gray when you have a girl dad. It's either pink or gray. There's no
Yeah.
between. Purple. Sorry,
Yeah.
a little purple.
Yeah, and it's like it was just I was bored because I'm used to just moving, and I'm like, all right, well, let me do this hobby and I'll make her stuff and you know work with patterns and learn about all that. But the thing about the fabric was that the fabric sold in these fabric stores, it's way surpasses quality and everything that's sold in a regular store. The prints in general are just like, have you ever seen that?
I've never seen this.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, that's what, and I think that's what really appealed to me is
Right.
like you see the
The actual fabric.
actual fabric, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
why
wild.
why isn't
Why
why
isn't
why
it?
don't I have clothes that have this
Exactly.
pattern on?
It's
It's
not
the
profitable.
coolest thing.
It's not
It's not
profitable. It's
It's-
not profitable.
But
I know.
so
but
I'm
I
trying
believe
to make
that it is.
Well,
profitable.
here's the other thing. I've kind of dabbled into this. So they want to sell the cheaper stuff too, because if you sell something that's just going to last you forever, when are you ever going to buy something else again? You're never going to come back. So there's a bunch of crap that goes into it too, which sucks because like
Sure.
we're not going to give you good things because then
Right.
you'll never buy more. I'm like that, but that's kind of like why don't you sell a good thing for more, and then I don't come back 3 times buying the crap you wanted to break even. But like,
Well-
you don't see that in stores.
For me, it's a really big mix of, you know how there's like a perfect storm, sort of. You have to be a good sewer. You have to be a seamstress, but you have to also like I use a classic silhouette. I don't go crazy. I'm not adding pockets. I'm not adding frilly stuff on it. I'm letting the fabric kind of speak for itself because people are drawn enough to fabric. If you look at your closet, nothing's frilly.
No.
Everything's a basic
You don't know
silhouette.
what's in my closet.
I don't know what's in your
don't know
closet.
what's in my
Wait,
closet.
wait, Nick. Actually, I'm taking that back. I do not know what's in
Nick's
your
like,
closet.
wait a second.
I'm saying for the most basic person, though,
Yeah.
they don't have anything extravagant.
No.
Sometimes people come up to me and say, this is too much for me. Do you have something that's a little more neutral?
So they're looking just for like a straight up color fabric.
I have to have, that's my problem with selling at shows. I have to have options for everyone in every size.
Those are the people that have like the tan homes now.
Yes,
like,
yes.
And I'm
Millennial
like,
tan.
that's so boring.
Why are you doing this?
I don't, like I live in a colorful world.
They're not my people. They're not my people.
They are not my people. I live in a bright, colorful world. And even like, listen,
Honestly,
Lauren and I
I don't
argue
know.
about this too. Lauren is a little bit more like muted tones, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
like she hates the way I edit photos.
Yeah.
She's always like, she refers to it as not too much salt when I edit for her.
Yeah.
Because she does not like the big bright, and I'm just like, I want big, bold, bright colors. Like I want things that
Yeah.
are loud. Like I want to stick out. I mean, clearly, I want to stick out.
Clearly.
So like to me, like these again, I think that's why this has always appealed to me is being able to see these things. And it makes a statement.
But like Alex said, it's not a profitable business if I have all these sewers because I sell these dresses for $40, like that dress, or like the other ones I was selling for $32 for years. I just upped my price to $35, which isn't even like the reversible dress, but they only size up to a size 3.
Right.
Basically, it got to a point though where I didn't feel like I was making enough money at a show
To
just
justify.
on the
Okay.
prints that are like cute.
Yeah.
That's when we started making our own fabric.
I was going to ask, how do we get into that? Because then your dad's stuff, Jeff's.
My dad, Alex, I don't know if you remember my dad.
It was 20 years ago, but I do remember your dad.
Okay,
I met him like 2 or 3 times. Over
my
the house.
dad makes a statement.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick. He's like the man without a face. Like he won't come and do it. I don't think people believe he's real at this point.
I can vouch.
Because I
He's
talk
real.
about him. My dad grew up in an orphanage. He was sent to an orphanage when he was like 11.
No way.
And so he's like, I can't describe it. He's just who he is, and everyone just like kind of respects that. And
Yeah.
but I can't make him do anything is my point.
Mm-hmm.
He works on his own clock and he raised us to work on our own clocks. Like we don't go to the doctor because the doctors don't know anything. It's like we don't trust anybody.
Honestly,
we don't trust anybody.
he's not too far off for some
reality.
things.
Yeah, no, we're just, So when I came to him first we started with this Color Me fabric, which I should have brought for your girls, honestly. It's like my most popular.
I saw
I make
it.
too many things, actually. I have too much going on. I can't control it all,
Yeah.
But the color me stuff is really cool.
We have 4 Color Me fabrics that I make skirts, dresses, hats in. So that's its own, that's almost like its own category that's separate from everything else. And that is really, it's been successful for like 9 or 10 years we've been doing the Color Me. And it's like, I have like a Philly theme.
Yeah, you just basically full. We'd use like fabric marker or whatever you choose to do in them.
Mushroom, nature, warrior princess. We didn't want to do like a standard princess. We did warrior princess. And I don't even remember what the 4th one is.
But it's
I
a
love
cool
that,
concept.
that concept is, and I've seen kind of
cookies.
like,
The cookies.
the
yeah.
cookies are a big one too, right? Like I think just like things that are interactive for the kids are always going to do well like that. You know?
Right.
And I think that's so cool because not only do they get to go, hey, this is a custom
I colored this.
thing of apparel for myself, but now I get to really make it custom, really make it my own. And especially at those ages, like they want to do their thing. They want to be themselves and they want to make their own statement.
It really could like that alone. So my problem with like taking so much color to the next level is because I have all these avenues that are created in one like so much cooler universe. Whereas like the Color Me alone could be something on its own.
Well, yeah, what if
Like,
you?
I don't have the backing, right? So I do literally everything by myself. I commission my dad to say, not with money, but hey, Dad, we did an ocean print. I'm like, we need an ocean print. We put a lot of thought into it because we're like, okay, should it have mermaids? Should it not? No, we don't want to go too gimmicky. We want boys to be able to want to wear it too. And so ocean as a theme is good enough for a child.
Yeah.
You know, and for adults. Like most of the fabrics I pick out, I'm like, does an adult like this? And a child like this?
Yeah.
Because
the adult's gonna be buying it at the end of the day, so they
the
got
adult is buying it.
Sure.
They have to like it too. But then we got a lot of transplants in our city. And I had to make my own Philly fabric.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So after the Color Me, I said, Dad, we got to do Philly fabric. We have to do this because we're actually from here. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's local, and then
Like we're actual locals. Like you have all these transplants that come into design school, stay here, make Philly centric things, and they're killing it. Like, why aren't we doing this on fabric? No, when I say no one does what I do,
they don't.
Nobody does what I do because it's way too extensive. I can't even get into it. I'm not going to tell my secrets. All right, Alex?
Don't.
I'm not telling my secrets.
That's,
Nick.
you know, so like, now, I don't know if you can tell me this or not, but like,
Go ahead.
I'm fascinated at the process of you guys creating your own fabrics. here.
Adobe. So my dad uses Adobe.
So does he have like a background in?
He was
art
always
and
doing art when I was.
This was.
I always
My
got him introduced to him
dad
via art. And,
It's
that's
just all art. Like he's not gonna. People don't like this term, but he was a starving artist. Like we grew up very minimal. My dad, he just will not do what
the norm,
Yeah, he will not do the norm,
which is not a bad thing.
That's not a bad. It's never
Right.
a bad thing.
but he's never gotten his art. It's almost like, you know how an artist dies and then they get famous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Frida Kahlo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not reaping any of the benefits, right? I don't know who is, but that's how my dad is. Like he always did pen and ink, watercolor paintings, all this. But it wasn't enough. So he started painting cars. Like, Gary Barbera?
He did like
yeah.
I see he used to do
started
murals
painting-
and stuff too, right? Sometimes he
He
was
did a
commissioned for
mural
murals.
in my
Yeah.
kitchen. Nick, you got to come over.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Love that.
So
Yeah,
then
it's sick.
he makes his design. I know, like I used to dabble in it. Like I had like a bamboo tablet, so I use Adobe, but I had something to draw. Like, is he
Okay.
physically drawing, or is he doing it all digital, or is he like what
He
is it?
draws it,
And then-
I think he like inputs it
Yeah, and then they
somehow.
make it-
Does that
yeah.
make sense? I
No,
don't
yeah.
really know what he does.
You can hand draw it.
I'm
and
But
then
he
put it in
bitches
Adobe.
the whole time, guys.
But I'm not gonna
He's
lie.
bitching the whole time.
And I'm sure. Listen, we all do.
Yeah.
We all do. Every step we're like, why did I do this?
Why is he?
But
he's
then when
like,
it's
you don't know
done,
how
you're
hard
like-
that was.
But I'm gonna say this, and I mean this in
Yeah.
an absolute nice way, is
Yeah.
knowing the technological side of this,
Yeah.
and knowing that like we're close in age, and knowing what age your father probably is, him feeling comfortable enough with the technology to be doing that kind of stuff, I think is fantastic.
Oh,
because
yeah.
there is such a technological barrier with some of that advanced technology now.
Oh yeah, big time.
And knowing what's going into that, like I think like that is
He's a
so
self-taught.
cool.
He's a self-taught, and he is just one of those. Like my brother's an engineer, right?
Mm-hmm.
My little brother, he's the favorite. Alex, do you remember that?
I don't
Or
think I
I
crossed
don't know.
paths.
He
I
was
heard of you. I don't
probably
think I ever
in
crossed
school
paths
at the
with him.
time.
Yeah, I don't think I ever met him.
He, do you remember the 95 collapse?
Yeah.
Like he was one of the head engineers on that.
Oh wow,
He's our like
he's that
Okay.
guy. Okay.
he's real special, right?
What's his name?
Jason.
Okay. See,
I'm not
you got all the time.
jealous.
Look,
I'm
when you-
not
like,
jealous.
Like when you have like the phone calls, they're like, "Let me tell you what Jason's up
Hey,
to."
Jason's doing this.
I used to get
it's
all the
Jace.
time.
Oh, it's
Jace.
Jace. My parents are the only ones who call him that. None of us call him that.
Right.
It's just oh,
You know what
Jace
Jace has been up
Jace is
to?
calling. I gotta go.
Hold on, I gotta
Literally bangs on me every time. Jace is calling. Oh, okay.
Right.
Fuck him.
You
So
know what he
anyway,
said, yeah.
But yeah, well, I mean, I would even argue that could be part of the problem too. Like, you have to be good at social media, even as an artist. Like, that was what was when we had Kristen on. Like, that's
Yeah.
the question I genuinely have for her is like, I do like art, but I wouldn't even be able to tell you where to go see it.
Sure.
So like, other than the art museum, like, there's no art
Right.
galleries, or even like if you look at the music scene, there's not as much local music. So that's even the biggest question I have for her is like, where exactly do you show your stuff?
Oh, well, then you're not
Exactly. It's very
following my
hard.
page because I do live music updates all the time. so I don't
Yeah,
know
I am
what's going
following
on.
you. Do some live art
it's
updates.
hard.
I can't
It's
find
hard.
art. It is. There's nothing.
Yeah.
it's hard to
not
make a
out there.
living off of
It
that.
is, absolutely.
But see, I'm a business person. People view me as like a seamstress. I'm actually first and foremost a business person.
Well,
See, but I got a different impression.
Yeah,
Go
I wouldn't know.
ahead. I want to know. Why would I know?
And maybe it's because of
I got the opposite impression.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
really?
like
Yes.
being on my side of things and knowing.
Tell myself that then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I think that like from my perspective, when I see
Yeah.
people that are doing this,
Yeah.
and being as successful as you are, when I see those people, I'm like, it's business first.
Yeah.
You didn't get there by luck, by chance. Like you got there by being a business person and by
Yes.
driving yourself there. And at the core
Oh,
of
you're
it, like
saying you didn't see me as a seamstress.
I did not see you as a,
Oh,
as a
okay.
seamstress
Okay. All right.
first. I saw you as a business person
Yeah.
first.
That's what I am because
Yeah.
I get off on like marketing. I get off on like, okay, what's the next move? That's how my brain works. Just like my brother's an engineer and he doesn't know anything. He doesn't believe in social media. You know what I mean? Like he's building bridges. Like I don't know what the hell he's doing. You know? So it's like everybody. I feel like we kind of fall into the right path of what
absolutely.
we should be doing, right? And this is. It's just I have the skill of sewing, but so many people do. So many people can sew.
Right, but this
Yeah.
is the
That's
core
the
of
dilemma
taking
you're at,
like,
yeah.
hey, I have this thing that I'm good at.
Yeah.
How do I market it? How do I make a business out of this?
Right.
Now, have
You
you
know?
ever considered? Now, I know you're talking about like you separated them in the conversation, but like, I know you're saying you're looking to see where it can go, or if like to hand it off, but maybe you
Yeah.
only have to hand part of it off. Like maybe
Okay,
if you hand
that's
it
a
off,
good point.
maybe you hand it off to Color Me, or maybe something.
That's
and then
what
you
I
put
was
that out
thinking,
there.
too.
And,
You're
Like a
right.
lot of people do that. I mean, not to compare to Shark Tank, they'll come and be like,
Sure.
I got this idea, but I also have these four, but I want this to fund these.
Exactly.
So you might be able to do that because you have so many different like. That's what I loved about it, and the stuff I latched onto was the patterns were unique. It was different. You had so many collections. Everything had thought put into it. Like,
Sure.
I'm a guy who likes end-to-end presentation. So, like, from your site to your pages, everything just flowed. Like the marketing
Okay,
was just
good,
always
good,
there.
'cause
and
I don't
that's where-
know.
No, it does.
You know what I mean?
And that's what draws me in. That's I'm like, I'm following this journey. Like, you go to the website, you go here, you go there. The dresses reflect this. Like everything, your logo embodies what you do, and I love that. When a
My
brand
dad
is that
did my
brand.
logo. My
Yeah.
dad did my logo. He does all my art, and it's great because graphic
Nobody else
artists
can do
are
it.
expensive.
Well, that AI
baby.
is taking a lot of jobs.
And I want to get your take on this, right? Because I've been a big advocate for like anti AI lately.
Yeah.
I even this morning I went
It
to a
scares
farmer's
me.
market
It
and
kinda
I
scares
saw a brand that I like, and I'm not gonna
Sure.
drag anybody in, but there was a brand that I like that has now expanded what they are doing. And in the secondary business, their banner was straight up AI.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, my wife was telling me they're going to be at this market. They have this new item, and I'm like, that sounds like a cool item. I want to buy it. And then immediately when I saw the banner, I said, I'm not going anywhere near there. And I refuse to do that because so many people are doing that. And I'm not saying that, you know, I get that artists cost money, but if you're creating a business, I think at the core of it, like your logo, your initial design, like it should be created by an artist. Start there, and then like use Canva. Like there's
Sure,
free
sure.
apps that are
Canva,
out
you
there.
can do
Canva.
Like so,
Yeah.
I would rather see a low budget,
Yeah,
made from home
yeah.
something than the same dumb flyers that I see all over the internet.
I was going to say
And
those ads lately.
They're the
it's
same.
the same.
They're all the same.
But and from me, from my background, like when I see people doing it with food, and I'm like, take a picture of your food. I don't care
Yeah.
how bad that photo looks,
yeah.
because I know, and I'm like, when I see restaurants that are doing that, I'm like, I've been there. That's not what your food looks like, and somebody
Interesting.
who sees this is going to be really disappointed.
It's like a Wendy's ad. I'm like, that's not how it
A lot of
looks.
them are doing it now
But
for
that's
like,
like-
the events calendar. Have you seen that trend lately? So it'll be a restaurant, but they'll post
Yeah.
like my Monday through Saturday schedule, like what food trucks, and it's the same ad. It's the same, and you
It's
go.
the same ad.
and
I
you're
keep
scrolling
seeing
through
the
and you keep
same
seeing
ad.
it. It's
Yeah.
that blue background with the
So
boxes.
that's what worries me about like the Eagles print, for example,
Sure.
that my dad did. So AI can take that off of my website, my whatever,
But-
and they can.
Yeah.
But what people don't know is because I put myself in my own lane always, and I'm like, no one can copy me because this isn't something that's like
Yeah.
like this is heat press
Yeah.
and people can do. And that's
Oh yeah,
fine.
if I had, I would love
Yeah.
to have that here all the time.
But like
yeah.
you can't heat press our stuff because it's actual cotton. That's the
Correct,
yeah.
difference. That's the difference, and it's 100% cotton, and it's high quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to tell somebody where I got it made.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
never going to give away. But it is a long process, and it's
Yeah.
a very expensive process.
I can't even imagine
Yeah.
that, right? You know, knowing that you're
Like,
going
this
through
isn't
that. I
ours.
think that's so cool.
This is I go to New York twice a year, and I go to the cotton companies. They're all based in New York, and I choose from their collections.
For that, so they have different collections every season. You see it and you pick. That's
It's
pretty
just
cool.
like fashion. They like that doesn't exist anymore. Like the dress
like
is a
that,
one and
though.
done. Like
Yeah.
they come out with a new ice cream print.
Right.
They have people that do so pattern design is not common. People
Sure.
don't know how to do pattern design. That's another thing. You'd have to pay someone to do. My dad taught himself how to do pattern design.
Yeah, like I know
Yeah.
that there's a whole art to that, and I've seen like some stuff
this
online
is an easier
in terms
pattern
of
design,
right. You know, you're gonna make like
It's
like
just
this
square.
part of the image, and then
And
you
then you-
duplicate it, and it does
and you
its
figure
thing.
it out.
But I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's a
I
lot
don't-
to
like,
think
I would be
about.
so dumb with that.
Mine would look so bad. There'd be like half popsicles and sticks everywhere. Like
just-
it doesn't even.
It's not for most people.
No.
But
Like,
wait, I have a burning question here.
Yeah.
When you guys are making your own fabrics, and I'm sure a lot of people listening
Oh,
are going to have this question too, and I'm sure you've been asked this question.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
How dirty are you willing to get the prints? Like how like are you gonna? Could you ever do like adult themed?
Wait, dongs all over it.
I'm just like listen, I'm just saying because like there's a market for everything.
I mean,
you
there's
know,
a
and that's how
market-
my mind goes.
There's a market for everything, and I have been asked that question.
Because you don't do other than the
But-
bucket hats.
like bachelorette parties would like love
or people's faces.
yeah, you
Well,
know.
this circles back to my dad. And my dad's a very religious man.
There you go.
And he would never. It takes so much to get him to even do a print, let
how many-
alone, because I have to feed him the ideas over probably like a 3-month span.
Because you have
That's fair.
For him to-
six unique designs, roughly, give or take more.
I think
specifically.
Well, actually, we have a new one.
Now-
Wait, can I show you a picture of it?
Are they?
Yeah.
So they're
Is that
reversible.
weird?
So in theory, it's like a lot of your stuff's reversible. So is it in theory like 12 design? You know what I mean? Like he has to factor in the reversible, or is it just the color palette
so
change?
like that fabric on the
You
other
just-
side of Nick's
okay.
that's from New York. They came out with a World Cup fabric.
yeah.
And
We
then-
didn't make that. I just
But like
paired
some of your
it.
Eagles dress is reverse, or you have some other ones. So is
They
he doing?
reverse, but like one side is his, one side might not be.
Okay, that's what I was trying to
his
get at.
or
So
whatever,
yeah, okay,
yeah.
cool.
Wait, you guys got to see this. I
I'm
don't know.
excited.
I don't know why I'm roaring in this. Like,
Oh, now I'm curious.
no, wait, hold on. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm like.
All right, hold on. Let's see here. Oh, shut up. That's amazing.
Isn't that cool? That's our new print.
Can I talk about it? Like, can I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
this-
I haven't talked about it yet.
We're
so-
talking about that now. That's
All
an
right.
exclusive.
This will
So-
be here probably like 2 months, though.
Okay.
That's the thing.
But I love this because, and we talked
Okay.
before about how like, because I'm not a Philly sports guy, but like
Okay.
I do support the city of
This
Philadelphia.
is not sports, right?
This is not
This is
sports.
not
Philly.
sports.
This is just pure Philly, and I
See, that's what I like
fucking
about
love
like
this.
some of the stuff on
Yeah.
Broad Street. Like they do
I
sports, but then there's some like
love
just
this.
Philly. Like I
Yeah.
like that because it's not tied to anything
I told
specific.
him like we need to have a mix. Like I don't want
yeah.
to do another sports print. I want to do something that's just more because we have the navy
Oh, I
one.
love
Did you see
that.
the navy one, Nick?
Yeah.
That's all Philly.
Dude, this
Yeah.
is one of those ones where you can keep looking and you'll find
Yes.
something new
Yes.
every time.
yeah, I sit there.
I
it's
don't
like
know
a-
how it's going to translate, and I may edit it out if you don't want me to show, but I'm going to see if it can.
Oh no, you
right?
could show it.
It's like a great like Where's Waldo kind of.
yeah, yeah.
I'll focus
But my
that.
dad
that
is like,
wild.
he's got to be in the zone. That's why I can't just be like, hey, let's do this.
So-
Yeah.
He has to be fully mentally on board.
So
to
I
do
kind
it,
of have a
or else
follow-up
it's not-
question
he's
for
not gonna do
this.
it.
Are these so? Obviously, there's so many different things that are in this. I might ask you to send me this, and I can pop it over the
Yeah,
video.
yeah. Do you want
But-
me to text it to you?
Yeah, but my question
Yeah.
with that is, are those a culmination of little things he's done mesh into one thing, or does he sit down and make that entire pattern all at once? You know what I'm saying? Like each of those things look like they're elaborate on their own.
We call them elements.
Okay.
Okay.
So he designs the.
So
okay.
if you could see like the stickers I gave
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
like I don't think he put that in there, but he has like the hoagie's probably not.
Okay.
In there, but we have a lot of elements
Okay.
that we rework.
Okay.
Like why waste? Like I always tell him because like sometimes I use these elements to put on a onesie and sell like say cheesesteak onesies.
Yeah.
They're so popular.
So just like
So
an
we just-
individual.
We just take like that one element and like I should have brought my bookmarks.
So that's even crazier. That means he's doing like high res, like those stickers alone are high res. He's probably doing
Yeah.
much larger than that.
Right. And
doing
then
like
you got to
15, 20 of
composite
these.
all together.
And then
yeah, it's
but
a
like
lot.
those
Yeah.
angles
He
and
bitches the whole
everything.
time.
I would too.
Oh,
Are you
man.
kidding? You're a
He's
slave
like, you want me to
driver.
do what?
I'm
like,
on
"Dad,
his
listen,
side now."
Insane. Leave the poor man alone.
I'm like, listen, stick to the plan. Stick to the plan.
now the more you explain this, I'm like, I'm on Jeff's side. Like,
yeah,
come
you
on.
know,
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
I'm kind of
yeah.
thinking
He'll appreciate that, Alex.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not even the repetition of the elements in each one. If
He's
you
got to
look,
shrink it. He's got to do this. He's got to change the outlines.
but the elements are in different rotations each time. So
Right.
he's doing.
Oh,
Dude,
he
that's
hated it.
so
I'm like-
mean. That's so mean.
Nick, so this hat is not in rotation like that. They call that like a mixed rotation.
Yeah.
This is just,
'Cause that pattern
you
straight
just
across,
showed
or
me-
horizontal.
Like that pattern you just showed me had 15 different elements, but they repeated, but they didn't repeat in the same.
Exactly.
Dude, no
So-
wonder he's mad.
Do you know how
so
mad?
pissed.
This is so interesting. I'm like geeking right now because I've never had this conversation with anyone because typically people don't understand what I'm talking about. So it's interesting because yes, like I wish I could talk more about this in a way, like would make people understand how.
That's
Like,
so much work.
It's a lot of work, and he's like in his 70s,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, hey, get to work, you know?
I'm just picturing you got him
No,
in like
I'm
a
not.
room and you check on him every now. Hey, you done that pattern yet?
Yeah. Well, no, actually, this is the funniest part about it. He doesn't even fucking show me.
That's even better. I would
It's this
just.
weird.
I love
It's
that.
this
That's-
weird. He'll be like, okay, I'm done.
So
I'm like, okay. He goes, I'll show you.
I'm sure
Are you
know?
allowed?
Yeah.
Wait, are you allowed to like critique it? Do you like give
Wait,
feedback?
Oh, dude,
so
yeah,
this
that's
is
probably
the
why he
best.
doesn't show
We
us.
just got in a major fight, right? He comes over because that's the sample. They send you a sample.
Okay.
He comes over. I said, Dad, so I'm in Puerto Rico. The sample gets to my house, and I had my sister was like watching our dogs or something. I said, Amber, take the which you don't even know Amber. She's
No, I
like,
didn't mean Amber.
She's a child that never existed, kind of.
That's probably why I don't know.
Yeah.
her.
I said, take this package to Dad.
Oh, no.
And so she takes it to him. Then he gets mad at me because I let him open it without me. Right. Everything's a
Damn it.
Larry David, by the way. Okay. So I'm like, all right. So I get back. He goes, all right, I'm coming over. I'm like, all right, come over with the fabric. So he gets there, and he's like, all right, I want you to tell me. What do you think? How do you want me to? You want me to change anything? Now this is a trick question.
He's
Oh,
trying.
of
He's,
course.
he's
Yeah,
baiting
yeah,
you to
yeah.
give them.
And I'm like, it's looking good. He goes, you're not really looking at it. I'm like, okay. I keep like,
You
I'm
gotta
like,
look the
Dad,
right way, yeah.
I'm like, Dad, I swear. Because, all right. So there's just one thing, Dad, about this. He goes, what? I said, well, depending on how the fabric is printed, I don't want too many elements to go look this way or look this way. Like they have
No, I
to
got you.
fully,
Oh yeah.
because when I cut fabric and I cut things out, and it's like, you guys know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I get you.
from a visual, I don't want people to be like, oh, well, why is that all this way? And that, can we like kind of, he's like, what? What? And I was like,
dare
all right,
you.
come into my studio. Let me kind of give you an idea and show you what I mean.
Yeah.
He's not having it. He's like, he's not having it. He's like, I can't believe that you want me to do this. And I was like, I'm just, you asked me to critique it. I'm just giving you this little thing. I don't care. We don't have to do it. We don't have to do it.
Please.
We don't have to do it. It's fine. He storms out of my house. I said, Dad, you want food? No. Takes it, leaves, goes back to Bucks County, right?
He dipped entirely.
Doesn't talk to me for 2 weeks.
Oh man.
All right. And so then my sister calls me. Hey, what, Dad's mad at you about something about something about the fabric, like something about the elements. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. You know. So if that gives you an idea, I can never make him say, Dad, can you make penis fabric for me? You know,
you
there's a
rotate that
bachelorette
for
party.
me?
They really want penis fabric.
Leave that
You
to
know?
the websites that'll print the bathing suit with your face on
Yeah.
it.
Right.
But then, so
man.
like end to end, then obviously we're getting a gist of how much work alone goes into the elements. That
Yeah.
then could be the pattern to the fabric to you cut. Like, I know there's probably not but end to end for a new design like the one you're talking, like what total amount of time
Oh, I have no
goes
into
into that
I
before you
have
put it
no
on the
idea.
plates? That
This is
sounds
like a month.
Yeah.
This is like a month's thing, and I don't talk about it enough because I don't know. First of all, he won't get into friggin' video. Like I can't even get him in a video.
But I feel
like-
like from like
I know
a
somebody who
buyer
would.
perspective,
It would be hilarious him in a video.
like I'm feeling
Those are
like,
always the ones that you want in the videos,
Yes,
and they're like,
yes.
I don't do it. I'm like, no, you're gonna.
well, I feel like as a consumer, knowing the amount, like, I mean, maybe it's just me, or maybe Nick probably has the same sentiment, but like when I feel like I know the business or know what's going behind
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'll patronize that more than something.
Sure.
that's
This
just
is
faces.
and you know, like my big push lately has obviously been the farmers markets, and you know, my whole push has always been shopping local. But like this is why I would rather shop local.
Yeah,
This
like I
is
think
why
that
I
needs
would
to be
rather
part
shop
of the
with a small
story.
business.
Like,
is I understand that level that goes into this. And I think that, as you dive into this, and that was, when I first saw your page and I saw that you guys were designing your own fabrics, I'm like, damn, I can only imagine the time and the effort that goes into doing that for the little bit of design information that I have and understand that.
And now learning the other side.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like when you say, you're like, oh, well, it costs what it costs. I'm like, I'm a firm believer. I want people to, go out and as you're supporting your businesses, and stop looking at the price tags because, and people go, and I see it at the markets where they try to talk people down, and I'm sure you experience, hey,
well, that's why I'm sick of the fucking markets.
Yeah.
Honestly, could we get into that?
Can you do it for less? But you wouldn't walk into at the simplest level.
Any
you
other
wouldn't
store.
walk into a McDonald's and ask them to lower the price. For you.
It's just
you wouldn't
look
walk
at the
into
price,
a Target and ask
you're
them to bargain on the price.
You make a decision, and
so why would you look at your friends and neighbors and go, hey, can you do this for less?
Does it feel? Yeah, that's always for some reason felt like it's been an assumption when somebody's handmade or handcrafting. You're talking to the actual person. You can negotiate it down. Like, why is that an assumption?
That's fucking
There's
bullshit.
more
Because
work
I think
into
that is the most disrespectful thing that somebody can do.
But
to
it
a
happens
small
at the
business.
markets a lot. Like that is.
I see it all the time.
And this is why I'm sick of the markets. And it's just because I literally sometimes I feel like I'm gonna get depressed because I'm like, why does everybody? Not everybody, but why you have these circumstances that happen constantly where you're just like, damn,
And I get.
do I gotta sit there and fucking tell you,
Yeah.
line by line, everything we do? No, I know I make it look easy in a sense. I just am doing my thing and blah, blah, blah. But my husband's upset about how much I have to work. He's like, it sucks
a
how
lot.
much you have to work.
And that's the other thing is
Yeah.
people don't realize,
No.
the stuff that you're getting from the factories, the stuff that you're getting from the big names, they have machines that do all this stuff.
Sure.
They pump out hundreds
Yeah.
of pieces every single day. They don't care.
No.
They're not understanding that this $40 dress is your 120-hour work week.
Yeah.
Oh,
doing
right.
this.
Yeah, they don't see it like
they're
that.
They're not.
No,
putting
they're
that
looking at the
together.
number. They're looking at the
No.
$45 or $40. Like, hey, can I get this for $35?
Oh,
'Cause
and
they
the
don't care
shows, they are charging like crazy now.
to even.
I just signed up for Second Street Festival, which I didn't want to.
She's
but
like, oh, no,
it's
now I
a good
regret that.
show. It's a good show for me.
Yeah.
They're big supporters there. And if I do shows in South Philly, Second Street, places like that, Rittenhouse, Flower Show, I get some good people. You know what I mean? You know. But
turnout. Yeah.
it's a $400 a day show. How can you?
You're starting
You're
in the
not
red.
really making. You're still just kind of getting your product out there in a sense.
Exactly.
Because you're not. So I'm like, dude, can I make $3K here? Can I? I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling.
I talk
have
to the
to.
vendors. I talk to the vendors
Yeah.
every week, and it's like knowing what they're putting out to
Yeah.
have those spots. And obviously, like you said, it's like some places charge more than others. But
Yeah.
when you're going into it, when I see people that are making, say, like a $5 bottle of hot sauce. You've got, if you're even at $100 table, I'm like, are you guaranteed to sell at least 20 bottles?
No.
Plus the
you're
4
not.
hours,
Just it.
plus
That's
the 4
yeah.
hours that you're there, you got that's your time.
and
That's
and
the setup, the
all
breakdown. You
of
got to pay for the
it.
tent. You
All
got to pay
of
for
it. The ingredients.
And that's what I really try to
Yeah.
get out to people is I have zero problem.
Right.
Since I've started doing my whole thing, I don't look at prices anymore, and
Yeah.
it drives my wife crazy sometimes because
I'm the same way. When I buy food, I don't.
I'll
I
go out
don't
to
even-
eat like I did. I said I
Yeah.
went somewhere recently. I'm like, I'll sit and have a $50 meal by myself with appetizer, entree, drink, whatever. I'm not even going to look at the prices because
Right.
I just want to try the dish.
Yeah.
I want to try the food.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap. If you have a product and I'm out of market, I want to try it. I'm going to buy it. I don't care what it costs me. I bought a $40-something rack of ribs last week from one of the local farms because it's local product.
But it's the same idea. All that stuff that went into it.
Yeah. And
It's crazy.
When I see those people at those, and I want other people to get in that mentality that
Sure.
when you see these people out there, you have to treat it like anything else.
Well, especially if you're going to a craft show.
Yeah.
You're not. This isn't a flea market.
No, I
the
think that's
point.
what they're
Now,
treating it
but I
like,
will
yeah.
say this, and I will say this because I
Yeah.
know that there are vendors out there, again, I think similar of the AI fashion, right? You have to be able to decide what is real, what is not. There are vendors out there that are either
Selling fucking Temu.
Well, they're
Yep.
selling Temu.
Fake Labubus.
I hate the 3D printed crap.
Yeah.
It's
I can't.
if you're genuinely designing something that's unique,
Yeah.
I will look at it. But when you see the same 3D printed design at every stand, that's too much.
It's a turn
that's
off,
too much too.
right?
Absolutely,
It's a mental turn off.
And then you see these again. It's just people that are just repurposing stuff, and
I mean, even the thrifters, like, do your thing, right? But I was at a show and there were people like that were selling thrifting. That's fine, but like you're selling a vintage Mickey Mouse jacket for $80,
But you scoop it for like fucking.
That's not fair.
No.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? You probably bought that for $5.
Well, I saw somebody recently at a market.
I don't know, but
No, they most likely did. Well, it's like scalpers with kids' toys.
Yep.
It's awful. Like Charlotte will see something, and maybe she doesn't need it, but like the stupid Labubus or like the new Nitos. I didn't understand that. My one buddy came on. He works at Staples. He's like, dude, that adults call at like 5 a.m. to find out how many Nitos I'm gonna get. It's a child's fucking toy.
It's a child
and
toy.
they'll buy it for $5 and then put it online for 40. And then the parents are in the shit spot because like my kid really wants this. I either get him a fake shitty one or I try and get the real one.
Right.
It's like it's so crappy that these adults come in, the cards, trading cards, all the kids' toys. Same things happen with vintage clothing. It's everything.
And I think that's what makes it harder to support local too.
It does. It does.
You have to, because you can go to a Target and you're like, everything here we know it's made in China.
I
whatever.
agree.
You're just gonna buy what you're gonna buy, but you go to a
Yeah.
farmer's market and you're like, well, is this? I'm relying on the market to do their research. Where I've gone to markets recently, local ones, and I see, say, like a coffee stand that they're like, hey, we're a local roaster. And I'm like, you're not, because I did my research. You're getting your coffee from California.
They fucking lie.
They're
They're
being
liars.
bulk done. They put an AI label on it. They put your label on it
Interesting.
or anybody else's label. They ship it to you, and then you're selling it.
Right.
And I'm
I
like,
buy breads at local, like I'll go to the Ambler Market and get bread.
I feel like
I haven't
that's
been
a
to
safe
Ambler
bet.
yet. That
Oh,
one
we
looks
should
really
go.
good. We
We
should
should
definitely
go.
go.
Dude,
Yeah.
you guys should collab on a
I
market
want to check
research.
that.
Can we
But
do
if
a
you like,
market?
listen, if you
Yes.
like sourdoughs, like
Alex, you
the
gotta
two
come
guys,
too.
Dude, I'm down.
obviously, like I'm big on breads, and
Me
and
too.
because I'm too lazy to make my own sourdough anymore.
Say, yeah, no.
But AJ Sourdough is at Horsham Farmers Market.
Okay.
Cool young dude, like really just like he's got a bunch of cool stuff coming out.
Okay. Horsham's a big market.
Horsham is a big
has
market.
Right?
Yeah, it moved.
But don't underestimate North Wales. So North Wales is a newer one. And it's a
Okay.
little bit smaller.
All
But
right.
Mockingbird sourdough. Cool dude. The guy's name is George. I actually connected with him because Baked by Michaela, who we know very well. She actually went to school with him.
Yeah, I don't know
And
her.
you got it.
Okay.
Which is funny because
We're gonna.
We should
Oh my
connect.
God! You need to come on my cookie car wash.
you do the cookie
What's
car
a
wash.
Let's go.
Wait, you don't know?
Oh
Wait,
my
no,
God.
I
How do you
saw
not know
her.
about cookie?
Wait, I
God.
saw her on your cookie car.
Yeah.
wash.
Yes.
So
yes,
that's
So
in
we
the
do it
backseat.
every week.
Can I sneak out?
Yes.
Yes.
That has to
Okay.
happen.
Well,
Yes.
Addie's got to be in the dress.
Absolutely, for
All
sure.
right.
Oh, dude, that would
we'll
be.
do it up. Yes.
What? Yes.
Yes.
To
Perfect.
touch on something real
I
quick.
will eat a cookie for you.
Dude, so.
Wait, we gotta talk about that. Hell, I don't eat sugar, but I'm doing
Oh,
it for
dude, you're
you.
gonna. Does she? Does she
doesn't
do
do
sugar?
sugar.
No.
No,
But-
no, it's not that. It's just because I'm trying to look good for my husband. It's not because I can't eat sugar.
Well,
you
in
know?
that case, but no, kind of the rabbit hole that I was listening, like you were going down sourdough. For some reason, sourdough culture and all the people that are involved with sourdough, like we met Nicole through Michaela, you met the other guy through Michaela, but everybody that I've encountered that makes sourdough bread in some, they're like the nicest fucking
Wait,
people.
she makes
They are.
sourdough too?
No.
Do you have
Michaela.
any, because do you have any idea how much like time and patience it
It's
takes?
wild.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
Sourdough.
sure.
No, so-
it is so fucking
Like
annoying.
the Mockingbird he's talking about, we had Nicole on we brought her on as a sourdough baker.
Yeah.
She dropped off and we had her on the show, which I had never I've
another
heard of
great
it, but I wanted to bring.
sourdough.
But like as you were running down that list, I'm like, all these people are like, maybe sourdough is just the coolest people. They're just-
To do
You
it,
have to be
To
patient.
do it full time, like you have to have that patience. You have to
Yeah.
like you have to be calm about it, and I also like New Rising Sun Cafe out
Yeah.
so John,
Yeah.
great guy. I've known him for a while, and like
Wait,
he does
do you
his
know
sour.
the guy he bought it from?
Yes.
that didn't sound
That
good.
wasn't
That's,
good.
we're gonna leave it right there.
Right there. That
We're gonna leave
dirtbag?
that
Okay.
right there. I'll talk to you off camera about that one.
Okay.
But
he
like
used
he
to work
does.
at Spread. That's how
That's
I knew.
how I know John, because John and I were like
Was
co-managers.
John at
of-
Spread?
Yeah,
Does John
we
know
were
me?
making bagels. John
Lindsay's
and
going
I.
down the rabbit hole now.
Well, because you went to, you
I'm
would go to,
in
the,
the
you would have gone to the
Drescher
one at Drescher.
Spread.
So I was baking a Drescher for a little bit, but I was going between there and the one in Ambler.
Look at all these small world connections, like fucking
Yeah.
wild.
Oh,
So
I'm
John-
like a Spread
John
junkie.
and I
I'm
will
there
say
all
this.
the time.
So in terms of like local bagels, like
Yeah.
Spread is really, it's very high priced in my opinion.
Okay, yeah.
But
bit.
because they boil their bagels, and for me it was a cool experience because I had never worked with a wood fire oven like
Okay.
that. And so that was a cool like learning experience for me, and it was a lot of fun as a baker getting to do that. They boil the bagels, they do it. So there, I tell people all the time, like for a good bagel, like spread
It's
is
solid.
really good.
It's
Spread is
you
a
know why I
solid
go
bagel.
there. I actually don't eat bagels. I
The fuck you going there for?
So fucking enlighten me here. This is
Let's go to Spread Bagelry for
we
no
just
bagels.
we just had a 5-minute conversation about bagels. She's like, I don't even fucking eat them.
What do you go there for? The fucking ambiance?
I get my lattes. I get my kids some bagels.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you do go for bagels.
I do, but like, there's no other bagel places.
But you know,
there's
and I'm
no
pretty
competition.
sure that they're using Rival Bros coffees right now.
Yes,
I think, which is
Yeah.
local.
I love
But
Rival
that's-
Brothers.
But that's why you got to go to go to New Rising Sun. Go see John.
Okay.
Because
Does he make lattes? Does he like espresso?
he does
Yes.
lattes, but
I
he's
didn't
using
know
Rival
this.
Bros.
You can get everything there.
You can get everything there.
Does he have oat milk lattes? Oat milk?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I can't drink regular milk.
and you got to tell him
Okay.
Chef Nick sent you.
You have to.
And
All right,
If
all
you
right,
don't,
all right.
then you're in
that's-
trouble.
Yeah,
All right.
you'll get in trouble if
We
you don't. tell
probably
him.
know each other.
I'm sure.
I feel like everybody knows each other. We're just really we've
Yes.
developed a whole family tree today.
I got to think about the
Yeah.
bagel thing because I feel like in my head I'm like there is somewhere.
There's bagels,
that does bagels.
in Horsham.
Bread and bagel.
Bread and bagel, but my kids don't like
They're
their
a
bagels.
different-
I haven't tried them
So-
yet. I've
Like,
no
heard
offense
mixed
to them.
No,
reviews.
My
they're a
kids
different
just-
type of bagel.
They
That's
are.
the way
They're
it's-
really big.
Yeah.
They're really big.
Okay.
They're not like the ones you're used to. They're a different. I would say they're
You
a different
should
type of
see it.
bagel.
It's,
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
a different type, and they're nice people. They're small
Yeah.
business. They're.
It's not like that New York
Yeah.
bagel. It's a little. It's like a. It's more like a. I
It's
don't
a
want to say a
certain
Kaiser roll, but
style.
like if a bagel and a
It's
I'm
Kaiser
like
roll
Yeah.
had
kicking
a
myself
baby.
because I know like in my head.
It's
Hold
a
on.
It's right by
style.
the-
I'm like
a
I know
certain
in my head there's a
style.
bagel place.
Jones and Bagels. I don't know if they're doing in house. I've had
Did you
theirs
see
before.
that Just Salad is opening?
Up in.
Or do you like salad?
I know that the Just Salad is opening. I'm like, I like that
Not
she asked
good.
me like, do you even like
She
you
asks
like
you if you like
salad?
something, waits for your reply, and then by your tones, like, yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about this. Like, Nick, do you like this? Yeah.
I'm like the
Oh, never
bagel place. Like I have a bagel place. Like in the Outer Banks, I have a bagel place that I go to.
Yeah, I can't
Well,
go to the
that's
Outer
kind
Banks
of
every day.
far.
dude.
That's
That's
kind of
a
far.
little bit far.
Yeah.
And I'm like kicking myself because I'm like I know. I'm sure.
I can't
gotta
think.
look
Like you
down
said,
my
I can't really.
page.
There's
think
not
of
many. There's not many. I'm telling you.
There's really I do so.
Like I live down the street. I
HG
live 7
Bagels,
minutes from here.
Yeah. There's not.
in one
No.
of
Those are
their
three.
but was Bucks Bagels. I guess they still call it Bucks Bagels.
Yeah, it's
HG
something
Bagels.
else. Yeah.
But they do the Montreal style, so they're like
Okay.
boiled and wood fire.
You know who
oven.
does have bagels though, guys? Manny's.
Manny's does.
You
They
can
have good
buy
sandwiches.
bagels at
Yeah.
Manny's.
Are they
like,
making them?
I'm a Jew and I go there to get like
They
Jew
got some
food.
fucking
and
sandwiches,
we'll just
man.
get like bagels.
Dude, they got real good sandwiches. Manny's.
So
slaps.
I've been
You,
know,
don't
I mean,
like Manny's?
I do like Manny's.
I love Manny's.
Ben and Herbs.
Are
And all
you
that
a
stuff. We have a lot of
Manny's
stuff around
person?
here.
I've never been to Manny's.
Can we go to Manny's?
Yeah, just go everywhere.
Wait,
There's not
wait.
enough time in the
I
day.
know the owners. They're great people. They're
Oh.
local. They
She
live in
knows Manny.
Dresser. Well, yeah, it's not Manny
I know.
anymore.
I know.
Because Manny's was in what's the neighborhood?
Um,
It's not Churchville.
no,
It's
no.
shit.
God
you know
damn
what
it.
I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Now I can't get it.
Oh, that's gonna piss me off.
10 minutes from now, I'm gonna be cake.
Yeah.
Give me time. It'll
They
come
had
back.
another location in Bucks County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they opened up which is kind of like a takeout location
Okay.
on Welsh.
Yeah.
It's amazing though.
Yeah.
I'll just go.
I mean,
grab
a lot of people
all-
have recommended that, because like I mean I love like pumpernicks.
Yes.
You know, when I'm looking for
yes.
so well, and I don't okay, so you're a good Jewish girl. When I lived in Maryland,
I'm like a fake Jew. That's what my
okay.
husband calls me.
I feel like I wasn't gonna say a lot of them are, but like I feel like a lot of people
The
like
reason is-
Christians, right? Like
Yeah.
you use it when you need to.
There's
you
different
know?
levels and
I,
tiers.
Yeah,
I used it to
absolutely.
get my house. It worked
There you
very
go.
well. I used my Jew card.
Right?
I called the
And-
Jew card.
and you know a good bagel. You go and you know a good
Girl,
schmear,
I know
like
a good
that's-
all of it. Listen,
Right.
but my parents converted to Christianity. They're born again Christians. Do you remember that?
I don't know if I was.
I mean,
That
they were
happened-
so mad that my uncle married a shiksa.
I don't
When-
know if I was in that era. I might have heard about that.
Because
era.
they were very like he was with my cousin, but they're like went to Catholic school. Like you know,
yeah,
what
they
I
were
mean?
they were, and I was the
You wouldn't
opposite.
think that they
but
were Jewish.
No.
because he married a shiksa.
But I love a good Jewish deli, and I
Yeah.
worked so
Yeah,
in
you would have had no
Annapolis.
clue. You literally wouldn't.
Yeah.
No,
now
you
that I think
wouldn't.
about it, like
You
you had no
wouldn't.
clue.
In Annapolis, downtown Annapolis, is
Yeah.
Chick and Ruth's Deli, and they've been there for over 50 years. But I was there. I was like GM for a few years, and I
Isn't it
love
like
that.
a lot of military? Like a lot
It
of.
is because it's right down the street from the Naval Academy.
Yeah,
so.
I used to go there a lot to
Yeah.
see my friends.
Yeah.
We'd go party in
Great,
DC.
great restaurant. But
Memories.
yeah, I love Pumpernicks, Ben and Nerves. Like I am
slaps.
I always listen. I always got told I was like an honorary Jew when I hung
Yeah,
out. Because,
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
give me like the good like
You
liver
appreciate
pate.
it. Yeah, you
and
appreciate it.
I need my pastrami on rye with like
Dude,
heavy mustard.
now I'm gonna need to
and-
get fucking
Yes.
food again.
I gotta make some for us because I found a really cool like shortcut pastrami recipe that I want to
Yeah,
try.
but Nick, you gotta try their brisket, dude.
Yeah,
Dude, yes. I go get it. And I just eat it in the fucking car driving.
that's
Like I'm
Ripping
not even. I
brisket,
just
dude.
do order it online. I'll just pull up, get the fucking brisket,
good
and
Jewish
just
deli
eat it in the.
brisket.
I'm on the run. You know what I mean?
I'm
I
like, do we need to
can't-
get like delivery from like Ben and Nerves or something right now? Like, I need to get
ripping
I need to
brisket,
get
dude.
some.
yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
I need some Jewish meat in my face. Like,
Like right now.
That could be
right
arranged.
now.
Let me
like,
Google that.
Like, what are we doing? Why don't we like move this over
Seriously.
at Mayonnaise?
It's like, wait, you're not food. What did I order?
Yeah, it's really good.
But how did we
I
get
don't
here?
We're talking
remember
about
what's
sourdough.
happening.
Oh yeah, we're talking about we
yeah.
talked about we were in markets. We were at markets.
we were at markets.
Markets led to the sourdough. Sourdough led to the bagels.
Okay, so I'm trying to.
So we got to come full circle here somewhere. Let's think.
Okay, wait. Let me tell you. So
Yeah. Maybe it'll help us get there. Let's go.
Okay, I'm going.
No, you're good.
This is what we're gonna do.
We got plenty of time. We have like
Now I
an
lost
hour.
it. No, I'm just kidding.
Shit, bring it back.
No, what I was gonna say was like I'm trying to have my business grow, and through the growth, because me and my husband had a deal.
okay.
We had a deal that because I started this so long ago, my
Over a
kids were
decade
young.
now, right? Over?
Yeah, it's been 12 years.
That's wild. Well,
And
congrats.
more,
Yeah.
probably 13. I have no freaking
Time out,
idea
we
by
need
this
applause.
point.
Love
And
that Anyway,
so professional, Alex.
now there's 15 buttons that are farts. It's not very professional.
And we made a deal.
Nick knows. They're here.
We made a deal that once they got to a certain age, like I had to let this just kind of like brew for a long time, which I'm totally fine with because I didn't want to like be. I don't want to be in over my head because
Yeah.
we're like yogi people.
Play the long game.
I play the long game. I can wait. I'm patient. You
Maybe
know.
should try making sourdough.
Yeah.
No, no,
I've
no.
screwed up so many sourdough starters. I don't
Not
even
making
bother anymore.
sourdough. No,
All right, so
no.
so tell us about this deal because
So-
I get that.
We need to know
the
where this
deal
deal.
is that if we just let this kind of like organically grow, see where it goes, see if it's hits, and it's just consistent.
I was gonna say, clearly it is.
Hits like, then he would let me know by the time I was allowed to like unleash and really take it to another place, and that's where we're at right now.
Well, the perfect platform to do it on.
So
I love
that's
that.
why
that.
I went into Jason Kelce's face and I was like, put this damn
Hey.
hat on, dude. And I was like, dude, I'm a Navy vet. I'm a Philly girl.
He
Put the
rocked
hat
it.
on. He literally took his hat right off and put it right
I
on.
love that video, right? And I
Yeah.
told you about this is like because I'm not a
Yeah.
Philly sports guy,
Right.
but I love those interactions.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
so
love,
genuine,
Like,
yeah.
I love him as a person, like what he does for the communities and what he represents for
Yeah.
like pro sports.
Right.
I think it's fantastic. So like getting to watch that opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine. Like I think about like being able to like sell my own brand, that kind of
Sure,
stuff.
sure.
And seeing that moment, like what.
It's
What
inspiring,
like just
right?
like break
What a
it down? Like, did
rush.
you like black out in that
No,
moment? Because
no,
I
no.
absolutely
She was locked.
would've.
She's probably locked in.
I'm always locked in a sense. Like, can you imagine this? I was nervous as hell, right?
I wouldn't know what
I'm
to say. I'd
waiting
be
in
like-
this line. No, right. I have like a script in my head. This was
She's
Always.
reading
always.
it.
Yep.
This was.
You
if
gotta
you
be
know,
locked-
you know.
you gotta
If
be locked and loaded and
if
ready to
you-
go.
You can't just go in and be like, "Bleh," you know.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
Right.
Hot.
You have to like it's like approaching Jason was a goal for me because he has 4 girls
I mean,
that
yeah.
could look adorable in my clothing, and we live in an influencer world.
Yeah.
And one fucking word from that guy on a public platform, one picture could help this little girl from North Philly. I'm not from North Philly. Northeast Philly blow up.
Yeah.
Like they have the ability to change lives.
It is
They do.
amazing. And we
They
talked about
do.
this, like we talked about this off air where like my struggle on my side is because I don't do like sports in general. Is
Yeah.
I'm kind
Very
of like kept
big
out of it.
sports.
But I
Yeah.
see in a huge
but
sports
food
town
and
like Philly,
sports are very
sure it does.
Yeah.
But I see people and I like root for people when I see that happen and I see people making that
Yes.
connection.
Dude, I
A
could
friend
never.
of mine.
Like,
So
I
you're
could
not
never,
a hater,
So
Nick?
I'm not,
You're
a,
not
hater.
a hater.
I am not a
Okay.
hater. I am not a
Right
If that
social
was
media
Nick's size,
hater.
he'd be wearing that shit.
100%.
He would.
I would rock the hell out of this. But I have a friend of mine who does apparel up in Toronto, and she does like printed jean jackets or something
Yeah.
crazy.
Canadian tuxedos.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was one of the Toronto Blue Jays pitchers bought one for his daughter,
See?
like
That's all-
randomly.
that's all it
See?
takes.
And people
It's all
saw
it
it.
takes.
It was like the camera hit it at the right angle, and immediately she starts getting all
Guys,
these orders coming in.
let me tell you something.
She's getting like all the daughters on the Blue Jays, and
Do
like,
it.
that's how it works.
That's
and
how it
I tell
works.
people, I'm like, go
I'm like,
for it.
can I get this chance?
You
Yeah.
take the
because
shots.
they have the opportunity.
I'm putting it out there that the Eagles should all be walking out with
They
these
should all
bucket hats
fucking
on.
walk
Like,
out with my damn bucket hat on.
100%, because this
And
is
he
comfortable as hell
loved-
too.
Thank you.
This is, I'm telling
But let me
Howard,
tell you-
You're amongst large-headed boys. Okay, we need the big
What
boy
are
hats.
the odds that this little baby, I don't know if you saw this on my TikTok, this little baby girl was in my Philly set. She was on a dress.
Oh yeah,
on
on the news
and a hat
broadcast.
And Kruk, they were talking about it for like 30 seconds. That doesn't happen.
No.
I made $1,000 on my website because of that.
That's
Boom.
the stuff. That's why you just
yep.
throw them out
Right?
But and that's like we were talking about earlier is like, you know, you just
Take the shots.
Yeah.
you take the shots, you know. And listen, okay, I got my sports quote, right? You miss
Here it
100%
goes.
of the shots
Go
you
ahead.
don't take.
There he is.
Yeah.
From the great
There you
one.
go.
I know
As a-
sports.
as a-
That was a good one.
As a former Canadian, I can quote that. So,
Yeah.
but and it's so true, right? And I encourage every small business owner to do that. You know, you have to get out of your comfort zone, and you just got to keep pushing because you never know what's going to happen.
It does take time. Like you have,
Sure.
you really do have to
It's
get
got
the
to be
nerve.
strategic. Like you can't
And
just.
it's all about timing.
It's
like
also
it
a
wasn't
fine
my
line to
time
skate.
yet. I'm just waiting for it.
But you
in a
also-
sense.
But listen,
like,
what
don't sound
happened? You know, and
desperate,
again,
too.
it's like
Yeah.
you know, they're on vacation in you know, Wildwood, whatever,
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
and then like he's gonna be wearing
Timing.
that hat.
Yep.
Like, he's
Can
gonna
he-
be out there.
I
And people are
gave
gonna
him
be like,
dresses
oh, shit.
for his girls.
Right, and you're gonna see those.
You'll
and those
see
pictures
them.
are gonna
Hopefully.
come out, and people are gonna be like, oh shit, and then you
It
know,
only
like,
takes
you said,
one
person.
little
Hopefully.
tag on there.
It takes
the one
one
thing that
person.
I encourage people to do, and I know that you feel the same way about
Yeah.
this, is like tagging businesses on social
Yeah.
media is so important. And I tell people this all the time, you know, and I joke because of my, you know, my whole thing. It's like, hey, don't forget to tell them that Chef Nick sent you.
Yeah, but
But the response that I get a lot, people are like, well, I don't really post on social media like that. And I'm like, I'm not telling you to become an influencer. All I'm telling you is that if you're wearing
Alex,
one
do
of
me a
your
favor.
product,
Do a video while he's talking to me of me. Yeah,
but it's like if
I just had this idea.
Yeah,
right.
But
yeah.
I'm like, if I'm wearing product out, you know, if I'm,
Yeah.
you know, if I'm wearing your bucket hat out, and
Sure.
I remember I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to tag you in it. You know, if people
Why are we
if-
not tagging?
If you go to a restaurant that I recommend, just take a picture and tag me. Tag the restaurant.
Absolutely, it's
You know,
not that hard.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
But even if, again, I'm like, you don't have to be an influencer to do this.
No.
But you are a person. You have friends. You have people that are going to see that, and to the businesses that means so much more.
It matters so much.
You know, and it's like how good do you feel when somebody tags you?
Oh,
in
all the
that?
time.
And it's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
It is so free to support
takes-
these
It's so
businesses.
free.
it takes no effort to
right.
do that.
It takes
Thanks,
zero
Alex.
effort. It takes about 15 seconds. Just do it. And I encourage everybody to
Yep.
do that more, you know, and
Yeah, no, like yesterday, these people that are tagged. So what? It's all coincidental. It's not coincidental, but the Jason Kelce thing comes out, right? And then yesterday,
does he smell nice?
I feel like it would depend on the event.
Sure.
He's got a
I don't
like
know. He
that
just looks
musky.
like no, but he looks like a guy like and
I don't know.
He looks like a guy who like
didn't
really
take the
like,
opportunity
takes
to
care
sniff
of
him?
himself.
I
and,
didn't-
like,
I did
he
not
probably
like
smells
sniff.
good.
everything's
Yeah,
I get
like-
what
like-
you're saying.
I didn't sniff. I should have.
You should have.
But
Well, you'll
I
sniff
don't
him
want to
next
be weird.
time.
I don't want to be too weird.
Next time you
Yeah.
see him,
We're like, I
give
really
him a
wanted to
sniff.
show our dresses,
It's
but I
not
forgot
weird,
to
but
sniff him.
Like people talk about that all the time.
You
They're
know
like,
what I
he
thought
smells
of?
really nice.
I thought of like,
He just looks like
do
he
I
really,
smell
like, brings himself
alcohol?
up.
That's what my head was at. Like, was he drinking yet? Because I
Okay.
was a little worried about that. I'm like, is he gonna recognize this if he's already drinking? Like, do you know what I mean?
I feel like that's part of his brand, his garage beer thing too. I think that's kind of
Yeah.
like,
But that is pro business thought process.
yeah.
there.
Sure.
No,
I want to get there early before he started drinking because I
Nobody
want to.
thinks like that unless you're that's
unless you're a
wild.
business person. And again, that's what really separates the great people from just the okay people. is-
Another thing I did that I thought was a little strategic was
touch his butt.
when I walked up, I was like, "Yo, Jay," and I knew that he would think I know this person.
No, that's
If
smart.
I'm not fangirling. This isn't a fangirl moment. This is like, yo, Jay, like I know you. We might be related. We might have been friends.
Because then he's got to think about that. But
and he immediately said, "Yo, what's up?"
bingo.
I was
So
super,
you didn't touch his butt.
I did not touch his butt.
You didn't smell him. You didn't touch his butt. Why were you even there?
Business hard-hitting
No,
questions.
no.
Welcome to
I
Altered
love
Judgment.
that. Like people are always like, "Oh, I met this person," and like, "I touched his butt, and he smells so nice."
That's
I'm
not where my head goes.
Why do you
It's
think
just
Nick goes to the market?
I don't get pervy. I'm not pervy.
This is pervy. I'm just
Also,
saying.
like I'm like a prude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so he seems like he's a really cool guy. Like I would love to meet him. I think that like he's the type of guy like
yeah.
I want to sit. Like he really does exemplify that sort of like
I was gonna
Definitely.
say,
down to
like-
earth pro
Yeah.
athlete though. Like
Yeah.
he's not egotistical,
No.
and I think that like your strategy of going after that is brilliant because again, like you looked at all the details.
Yeah.
He's got daughters. You know, he is a public figure. He's
It
a
fits
huge
the
But
brand.
guy
he's
in
a
the
millennial.
Philadelphia area.
He's a millennial boomer figure.
And fits the brand.
I'm not trying to go after the young people that aren't having kids.
Because then you have to make a 6'7" dress and nobody's going to buy that shit.
But like these 20-year-old kids who love Cooper DeJean because he's hot, he's not really my target. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need a wholesome.
I prefer Cooper Sharp, but go on.
I know you do. I know you do. I mean, Cooper,
Nice.
yeah.
That's so
I
dumb.
love-
So I mean,
Joe's going to love that.
I was so nervous that I was like, is this gonna work? Is he gonna put it on? Is he gonna be as cool as everyone says he is? And he is 100%.
But that also goes
Yeah.
into what Nick was saying. You're taking like I'm not making an aggressive business
Yeah,
stance
yeah,
here, but
yeah.
you're looking at that player and then you're acknowledging what their demographic is, and then you're comparing it to what your stuff is. Like you're strategically picking it because it would push to what you want your brand to be.
Right.
And the word I was going to land on with Jason, why I do like what he does is he comes off organic.
Mm-hmm.
So some people, when you look at social media for influencers or sports figures, it's like highly produced video.
Oh, sure.
His are usually just someone shot this off the phone and
Sure.
it's roughly spliced. And that's the stuff I like because that feels real to me. It kind of goes back to the AI thing. Like,
Because it is real.
It is.
It is real.
I don't need to see it look like you had the world's most expensive camera because you tied your shoe. I don't give a shit. Like I want to see organic, real interactions, and all the posts, like yours and all the other posts that are coming from that event, are the same way. Even
They're the
with
same way.
The female Olympian, I'm blanking on her
Yeah,
name.
I forget. Yeah, I
But
didn't
her
even know who
posts-
she was the whole time I was
Yeah.
there. I'm like, I don't even know who
she's
that
really-
is.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
I have such a crush on her.
Dude,
Really?
She is gorgeous.
but her
She's
posts
so
were the
much
same thing,
fun,
organic.
dude.
Yeah.
Like just a normal
She's
person.
Like
so
I'm
genuine,
right next
like-
to her and she's doing jealous shots of
Yeah.
people, and I'm just like,
She seems so genuine.
You don't even know that they're like
obsessed with
celebs
her.
because
That's
they're
what I
acting.
like about it, yeah.
That
Yeah.
event specifically though is like none other because they're really having a good time.
They
Like,
are.
They
but-
really
and,
are.
And to talk about again, like they appreciate this kind of stuff.
They
too.
do,
They
yeah.
they really. They're not just like it's like okay, here's the next.
They're not
thing.
going in the
Oh, here's the
motions.
next
No.
thing. Because
No.
there are the guys. You know, I had a guy recently for one of the pages that I manage, and he claimed to be a former NFL player, and he has a big platform.
Okay.
Has all these followers. So like I do my little research on him, right? On his
Yeah.
profile, it's like CFL, NFL. He played half a season for the CFL, and he didn't even make it to regular season in the NFL. But he's like, I'm an NFL player. I can bring all these players out, and like, here's what I charge, like
had
promote, and
friends.
it's all just like promotions on his page. And I'm like, cool. Like, I get, like, maybe you're,
Yeah.
washed up, whatever. Like, you obviously didn't make
don't
it. So
sell
this
it that way.
But like, don't
Yeah.
sell it that way.
No,
And it's like these
no.
guys that are out there just for the brand deals. And I'm like, okay, go.
Well,
Yeah.
like,
I was like, I get more views on like I get more views
No,
on
really.
some
I think
dumb
the
video
argument
than
with
you
the
get on anything
Kelces would
else.
be the only reason they're as popular as they are is because they were that way. If that makes sense, like
Yeah.
the fact that
Yeah.
they're organic and look like people you could hang out with is why they became popular. And now they have, like back in the day, they didn't have those numbers.
Right.
They were just
No.
everyday regular guys. Now they got those numbers, and they're still those people. So it didn't change.
Yeah,
that.
the fame never changed. them.
Correct.
They stayed
Right.
normal people.
So that means that was always who they
I
were,
do
and they just
feel
got
that
there
we're
doing
seeing,
that.
and again, I still like I pay attention to sports stuff, at least like in terms of the social media world. And I think what I'm really like seeing is that there is a larger quantity of people that are being more humble as athletes now. It's
Yeah.
not just like, sure,
Like, they get the
paid a lot
picture.
of money, but like they do get the picture, and
Yeah.
they're using these resources, they're using their fame and their finances for good.
You used to see so many
And
clips of like kids go up to NBA superstars or athletes and they wouldn't even sign, like the little kids. just like,
Yeah.
"Ciao." And like I feel like I see more and more like, oh, dude, like I've seen athletes stop in traffic.
Yeah.
Not even asking this person to even recognize them. They address that person. They're excited. Like, oh my God, and they'll sign something in the middle of traffic. Like that.
I think it's the
That's
coolest thing. I
awesome.
think it's so cool to just see that kind of change. And I'll be honest, like I think that
Maybe
some of
it's
that
because
ego,
of social media, though.
it definitely could be.
It could be,
You know,
where they're
you're-
like,
you're
everyone's
on
filming me.
way more than
Way
you
more.
used to have to. It used to just be like, TMZ
But
or
like,
whatever.
good, fine.
Yeah,
Like,
if
fine.
if that's what it takes to
Yeah.
change their attitudes, I think that's great, because for me, that's a lot of what really kind of turns me off from pro sports.
Like Allen Iverson's
Is
like
that-
known for being a dick.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
what do you gain from that?
Nothing.
How are you,
Nothing.
like you're a role model to young kids, and that gets into the argument of like all like the legal battles that these guys get into that they get away with, and
Yeah.
Because of that status.
because of that status.
I mean, you're still going to have those. I think those athletes and those people that like use it that way are so few and far between now. I think it
Yeah.
used like. I think that was a very good a tie-in, the social media, the fact that it's possible if I'm an asshole, it's going to be filmed.
Yeah.
But I would also argue that like a lot of people didn't change. Now they're just being shown on camera, being
Yeah.
themselves, and that's another avenue that's being explored. Like that's just somebody I want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Instead of saying that's Jason Kelce, I'm like, dude, that's like one of my boys. But
Listen,
he's, like,
Jason Kelce makes me want to get into football.
Sure.
Like, and that's, I think for me, that's a bold
Right.
statement. That is a
Right,
very bold
right.
statement to make. But like, he makes me want to enjoy the sport of Philadelphia.
It's kind of what like all the mainstream athletes used to be. Like you wanted to play basketball because you saw Michael Jordan, or you wanted to join this sport. But then I think it kind of went away for a bit.
Yeah.
But then I think things are. Like everything's going back the way it should. Everything's going
Yeah.
retroactively
Yeah.
back the way it should.
Absolutely.
We're recovering somehow, but I don't know, man.
I was hoping to meet Kylie, but it was felt impossible.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's just as
She's more,
big.
she's more popular
She's
than he is.
really popular, and she moves really fast.
I was gonna say the videos I saw her, and
And-
even the background, just like,
She's-
what are you doing?
She's all over the place. Yeah, and you know what it was? It was weird because they move them. Like whoever is working
They're
this.
handlers, which I love that they call them handlers. Like
Is
they're
that what they
pets.
call them?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
they
technical
move
term is the
them. They
handler.
That's
move
what they call gritty
away.
security guards.
Yeah,
Handlers.
it's the technical term
Yeah.
is a handler.
I mean, Mama Kelce was like one of the nicest.
Right, she's a freaking
out.
celebrity,
She
too.
was. I know it's
Like,
weird.
just imagine, I saw somebody else post it. They're like, oh, it's like the
Yeah.
first family of Philadelphia.
Well, Sarah's brother lives in Ardmore, and they live on Ed Kelsey Street. So he's gone to the Christmas party with the
Sure.
Kelseys. But he's like, I've yet to cross paths with Jason or Travis, but it's going to happen eventually. Just
Yeah,
organically.
you know.
I think so.
Yeah, because in like Narberth, they would come. Like, there's like a
Yeah, they're
4th
just
of
out and
July.
about.
Like
Yep.
they are out and about, but like you also don't bother them. Like
Yeah.
I have seen them out and about,
and I
but
think
I'm
that
not
there's a
gonna
level of
bother
mutual
them.
respect there where like
Yeah, no.
like it used to be that people would crowd the athletes, which I get why
Sure.
they would be standoffish as they get crowded like
Yeah,
that.
nobody wants that.
But like for the Kelce family, people are like, no, let them
nobody
go. We'll
bothers
see them at their
them.
events. Well,
Yeah,
you know,
this was an appropriate time.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's not
Yeah,
appropriate
right.
at a 7:30 in the
No.
morning. At
I think it's so
Shorebreak
cool that
Cafe.
like
it's
people of
not-
Philadelphia of all cities
Oh, sure, right.
are like,
No.
no, we're gonna be respectful.
We're gonna
this
let
time."
that go this
I'm
time.
like,
Gotta wait.
what?
But that
it's
like
not the
shows
time.
that level of respect, like people to people that they've established. Too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
You
you're
don't
not just
want
viewed as,
someone to
like-
feel like they can't go out at like.
Like that
Yep.
has to suck from the opposite side too,
Right?
but I don't think they ever feel like they go on the shore and stuff. Yeah, I'm sure they get attention, but like you said,
Yeah.
it feels like organically people are letting
Yeah.
them be. They're
Absolutely.
not
Yeah.
up
Oh
their
yeah.
ass.
Definitely. Because they're out a lot. I mean, people
Sure.
see them all the time.
That might be part of it too, because sometimes some of these celebrities get hounded because they're not out and about too much and they get
Yeah.
obliterated with it. But like I think maybe people are like, well, the Kelseys are just out and about. Like,
Well,
we'll
like
probably cross
sometimes
paths.
Charles Barkley's out,
He does wander
and he
around.
does get approached
I mean,
because it's Charles Barkley.
I would say hi to Charles Barkley.
Like if you
even
saw,
even I
if
would
you
stop and
saw
say hi to
him,
Charles
like,
Barkley.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, no, because that was like my middle school. Like I
Yeah.
was actually into basketball for a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
yeah,
And
even
I'm
if
like,
you're not in a sport, like you still
that's-
knew.
There-
him.
There's like
Freaking Charles
something about
Barkley.
him too. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
he's
for
a
sure.
legend.
We want to kind of bring the ship home. No, that was
Okay.
a Navy pun. You're welcome.
Oh yeah. love that.
Not intentional,
Shit.
but all right. So I'm trying to think when we want to wrap this one
Yeah.
up.
How do we wrap up, Nick?
We usually
What
do like a
should we
future.
say?
Like, what is next for you? And you kind of touched on it, but like maybe where you see this going, what you have coming up. I mean, you do have stuff I think coming up, or other things we can land there, and
Yeah.
then just
I
what
should
does the future
say.
hold right now for So Much Cooler? What is on
Yeah, like,
your
what's on the calendar, man?
yeah?
So that's a secret.
Okay.
I love it.
Is there a
Juices
date for this secret? Because that's fun too. You can just be like,
Probably
hey.
like a week.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not too far out. So by the time this
Yeah.
drops, it'll already be out.
I love that.
So you can factor that in
So-
too. It won't be a secret by the
But
time this
also,
drops.
the secret is weird because
Oh, no.
Most are.
right? Because like I don't know what's going to happen. Let's put it
Okay.
like that. Like I usually can timeline things pretty well. Like it's all planned
But this
out.
one's got
I
a
know
little
what's in-
unknown to it. Okay.
which I'm into.
Yeah.
You
I think that
know,
keeps things interesting.
Because like guys, sky's the limit. in
Oh,
my
I
eyes.
agree 100%.
We live in America.
Absolutely.
Like you could do whatever you want.
What's the worst someone
You know
says?
what I mean?
No, and then you move on to the next.
Yep.
Right. You could take things wherever you want to take them.
It takes,
But,
like you said, it takes one thing.
Sometimes it takes one thing, and sometimes it's luck, and sometimes it's
Sometimes
a lot
just
of hard
grinding
work.
that shit out.
Absolutely,
But
yeah.
hey,
You know, when there's a viral video of like some kid like singing, and then all of a sudden they get to be on stage with Justin Bieber or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a lucky thing.
Yeah.
Can I get some of that shit?
Absolutely.
Let's
I
get a
feel like-
lucky thing.
I feel like
No, no.
sometimes I see myself doing that as a creator too. I'll look at our episodes. I'll be like, oh, we're doing really good numbers for a podcast. But then some kid walks into Walmart and sings, and he's got
Right,
millions of views. Like,
yeah.
am I doing it wrong? Why am I doing all this and getting that? But like, you
Every
can't look at it that
single
way. Like
day.
once you
Every single day.
once you go down that though, and you go down that rabbit hole, then you start. Yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah,
you don't
you'll
want to do that
start
to yourself
spiraling.
because that's
You-
not what it's for.
No, I don't spiral.
No, but some people do.
But
and
I
then-
just keep working. You just
Yeah.
keep
But I
working.
think you're doing a
just-
great job. Like,
Thank you.
And you're doing a really great job staying in your lane, and I mean that like in the most positive way
I would
possible.
argue you're
Yeah.
making your own express lane that nobody else is going to follow
Yeah,
That's
you
my
in either.
goal.
sure.
Like,
Honestly, that is my goal. I don't want to have competition.
no, I
I
don't
don't want to
think-
worry about
Yeah.
something. I just want to do what I'm doing, and that's what they always say. Just do what you're gonna do, and
Do
it'll
you.
work out, and you'll get there. And that's what I'm doing.
If you spend time worrying about the other people, like you're just
No.
gonna slow
You can't worry
down.
about yourself.
You
Yeah,
know,
you
and then
you lose sight of everything.
Comparison is the thief of joy and all that good
Really,
stuff. It
is.
So we have a secret. It's a big secret. Probably going to be a good secret. It may or may not happen.
It's gonna happen, but I just don't know what comes
Juicy.
out of it.
Yeah,
I don't
we're going to know by the
know.
time this drops what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, there could be like so many secrets, honestly, because there's all these things brewing
This
in my
attic just
head
absorbs
that,
secrets.
like, sometimes I have dreams, and I was like, "Is that real?"
There's
You
always
know,
Deja vu
like-
dreams?
I love that, and I think like that's the best. The best people that I see in business are the ones that have like a million balls in the air at the
Yeah.
same time, and
Yeah.
they're like, I've got all of these ideas.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna it's like that time hits. You're like, oh, this one right here.
I
This
love
is-
that analogy.
This is
no,
is
like
true.
genuinely, like if you have the one, like the ball analogy, if you have that one thing and you keep throwing it, it doesn't stick. You're just bouncing that back, and like
Yeah.
you have more things to grab at. Like I love that.
Yeah.
I
I'm
feel like
use
I'm
that
in a
again.
Pixar movie.
Nice.
You know?
Absolutely.
Toy Story 5.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. You know, you've always got to. My famous line is like, I always have a plan B.
Sure.
I tell people all
and
the time.
C and D.
Okay.
I just every single time, people go, well,
Yeah.
what's next? And I said, I always have a plan B, because you need. And I love the fact that like you and your husband, you have sort of like hey, here's like the game plan. Here are
Mm-hmm.
the markers, right? And I tell like new business owners, I'm like, have an exit strategy, have a growth strategy,
Right.
and have some of those cutoff points, because if you establish that right at the beginning, you're like, okay, now I have a chance to sort of reevaluate where I'm at and keep continuing to grow and do what I'm doing. But with what you're saying, it's like you've got all these amazing opportunities right ahead of you, and you're like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take the one that's gonna be the best, and
Right.
and you still don't know. We never
we
know.
don't know. We don't know what could come out of
But hey,
it.
But I think that by
but-
keeping those opportunities open and
Yeah.
keeping those options
that's
open,
basically what I'm doing.
You've got
you're
headspace
never
behind
you're
it all.
never gonna stall, and that's
Because-
the big thing.
My life was consumed of what's the next craft show,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to get past that. I don't want to do that.
Well, it sounds like that
anymore.
naturally is where you want
I
to
will
go.
do shows, but not
You,
all the
you
time.
can be more
Like,
selective with it now.
Yeah.
So you don't want to burn yourself out with that.
No, because you will.
I tell when I talk about small business with people, and they're sort of like hitting this point. The question is like, what do you want the business to
Yeah.
be? And I see especially people that are working for themselves, because you get to that point where you're like, I'm doing all of this work, and
Then you need help.
I've hit a ceiling.
Yeah, you
I've
need
hit a
help.
ceiling. So I'm like,
Yeah.
am I okay with this
Right.
ceiling? Is this what I
Right.
want? And I'm okay with this. Do I want to grow it beyond this? And
Yeah.
there's no wrong answer to that. There are plenty of small businesses that I see that are successful locally that are like, this is what I do. I'm open X amount of days a week. I produce this much.
Yeah.
I sell this much, and I'm happy doing that. And I think that that's awesome.
Yeah, like-
because there are people that are perfectly fine doing that. And I say that like it's not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing at
it's
all.
whatever they want.
You know, for me, I'm like, I know that you and I are very like kindred spirits on this one.
Yeah.
I can't sit still. I'm always looking for that next thing.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I said, I always have that plan B. So I think that it's important to encourage the small business owners to understand, like, you need to be okay with whatever it is that you want to do.
It's kind of, what is your definition of
For
success?
yourself.
Yeah.
Because
for
that varies
yourself.
person to person.
It
Like,
does. It does. And another thing, like, people ask me, "Oh, are you going to get a storefront?" Like, that's never
That's
been on
a
my
headache
radar.
and a half,
That's
man.
never been on my radar. I don't want a storefront. I want to be national.
Well, and especially in this
Like,
day and age,
in a world where like Nordstrom's buys my dresses, like, and not
e-commerce.
or something, you know.
Wholesale and e-commerce is absolutely the best way
The
to go for
storefront
that.
bullshit.
Everybody's
it's
going
just-
away from that. You can pop up or put your stuff online,
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
said. Like, it's not the
Yeah.
storefront is not the future.
They
of
all
it.
just worry about, oh, am I going to hit my sales I need to hit today? I don't want to feel that.
Or you
I
get
don't wanna
everything
feel
figured
that.
out, and your landlord's like, "Hey, let me double your rent," and you can't do shit about that.
That's
So
true. That's true. And
So
then your
you're
store,
not in control of it.
everyone I know that opens a store closes a store.
Yeah, it's just a
And
matter
staff,
of time, and it
you
sucks.
forget about
but
it.
Right, because
No.
you're adding so much in there, and it's,
No.
I think learning how to incrementally grow the business as well is super, super important. You know, I've talked to somebody recently about this. Is like, when you hit that ceiling, you know, are you comfortable enough with the growth that you want to do? You know, as you continue to move forward, like you said, you know, what does that look like? Does
Right.
it mean having an extra sewer? Does that mean having a salesperson? You know, what is if I'm adding, you know, I don't want to add 10 people.
Yeah.
I might only want to add one, but where is that valuable one person going to go?
Am I going to be small batch manufacturing
Yeah,
and
Right.
not sewing as much?
Exactly.
Because
Not the
that
way to
is
look.
my goal. I don't want to sew as much anymore.
Right.
I want to do more of the business side and
So-
grow the business because I don't have time to do that if
But
I'm sewing all the time.
I'll ask you this question: is
Yeah.
that if it's going to small batch manufacturing, do you feel that that's going to take away from the handmade aspect?
I don't
of the
know.
business?
I don't
That's
know.
the tough
Sure.
part.
I don't know. Those are the questions I have to. But figuring out those questions is so time consuming.
Well, that
It
and
is.
like those
But
places
isn't it
give you-
exciting?
yeah.
But it's exciting.
I love it.
But I love it too. Right?
I love just sitting and
Obviously.
brainstorming about that, and
I know.
you never know what the right
you
answer
don't know,
is.
but that's how we had to figure out the printing of the fabric.
Yeah.
That was that was very time consuming. And I'm like,
Sure.
all right, got that figured out. Now moving on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait, but I can't right now because I have all these shows coming up and I have to do that. I got to sew and my kids.
Yeah.
I got to take care of my kids.
Right, you're like, oh, them
Yeah,
too.
those guys.
I have fucking kids. Like they're like around, and
Yeah.
they know not to bother mommy.
It's
And I feel
tough.
bad about that.
It's tough, and you know,
know?
it's tough when you're working from home
Yeah.
and your kids are there, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know, getting them to understand that difference between, hey, this is work time and this is personal time, and
My problem is I don't have personal time.
yeah,
That's
we
my
talked
problem.
about
That's what
this
this
on
will
there, you know,
alleviate,
yeah.
you got to be able to, you know, you got to take care of yourself too. You know,
Sure.
I tell people, all the time, I'm like, you have to take care of yourself, and that I always tell people, I'm like, that needs to be part of the decision making,
Yeah.
especially as you're moving forward. Is, am I making time for myself? I tell new restaurant
Mm-hmm.
owners, I said, you know, always have at least one planned day off. Always have your restaurant closed on you know, Sunday or Monday, whatever the slow
Sure.
day of the week is, because not only are you guaranteed a day off, but your staff is guaranteed a day
Yeah.
off, and
That's
people
true.
around you are
That's
guaranteed
true.
that.
And it'll pay off
And
dividends,
it
dude.
really does. It really helps in the long run, you know. And I think that would be like my advice to you moving forward is, as this continues to grow for you, you know, make sure you are scheduled. Like,
Take
you
that
have
you
to
time.
schedule personal time. You know, I showed you my
I
calendar.
actually have to schedule
You
it.
have to schedule personal
Yeah.
time. I
We're
do it
wasting
as
her
well. My
personal
wife
time
is-
by forcing her to be on this.
The only thing I have scheduled all the time is my workouts.
That
that
doesn't
is
count.
me.
It's got to be outside of that.
I know.
Unless that
that's
is, like, your
me
Zen
and my
time,
personal
though, like-
time.
Yeah.
Like I go work out for an hour.
If
and
that's
then
your
I'm like,
Zen
all
time,
right.
that's your Zen time. Like, I love mowing the lawn. I know it sucks.
Yeah,
but
I don't take away from
Yeah.
Zen time.
I
You know,
think that's.
people,
but I think it's separate.
people
what you're talking
find
But
that
like,
however
but you're
they
right.
do,
like,
but
take the phone away.
to have a
Yeah.
day, like a
get the phone
24-hour
away.
period.
Yeah,
where
we need that.
We're not answering emails. We're not, you know,
Yeah.
posting stuff. We're not
Right.
worrying about it.
Disconnect, dude.
Completely disconnected. To just like, and it takes time too. It takes time
It's
to learn to
hard.
shut your brain off like
It's
that.
hard.
I still haven't reached that, but it's like, you know, you go out and, you know, I go and I'm like, I go to these shows. I go, you know,
Yeah.
little theater shows, and I'm
Yeah.
sitting there and I'm like, I'm watching the show and I go, what content am I going to make for this when I'm done?
Right,
You know,
right.
Sometimes you gotta just.
sometimes it is hard to like enjoy the life
Yes.
around you, but I think that's my big piece of advice to everybody is as you
crazy.
grow, take that time for yourself because
Right.
you'll hit a wall eventually, and we never want
Oh.
to see that. I
I know the burnout.
it's real and it sucks. And,
Speaking of
and-
disconnects, we got about 3% battery. We're holding on
All
for
right,
dear
let's
life
go.
here.
All right,
No,
all
we're gonna bring it home here.
I
Now,
love that.
Obviously, everybody's gonna want these dresses after this because
Oh.
come on, where
Okay.
can they go find it other than your plug your website, everything? Where can we go?
Yeah, it's
Where
so
can everyone
much
else go
cooler.
get these?
SEWMUCHCOOLE. Ayar. I can't even spell it
Oh no,
at this point.
it's okay. I got you. I'll pop it up on
Just
here.
kidding.
We'll get links and everything.
But yeah, DM me, slide in the DMs.
They'll catch you on TikTok. The World Cup stuff is great. I think that struck while the iron's hot. I love the World Cup
Dude,
stuff
I'm
you're
on
doing.
to the All-Star Week, baby. We're on to the All-Star Week.
Well, it was a pleasure to
Yeah.
have you here. I'm sure it won't be the last time we cross paths. Look, Nick's
Yeah.
already look at
Look
this guy.
at-
He's not going
wait.
to take that off. That has to
now
happen.
I gotta get.
There we go.
I love that picture. I love everything about that picture. But I think it's about time we all take a break here, and
right.
we'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's all she
Oh wow,
wrote.
it's 3:30. Holy
I told you
shit.
it goes.
I didn't realize that. Oh my god.
Guys, we are back. That was quite a journey of an episode. We talked about, I can't even recall everything. We crossed everything. You've seen it at this point. But I learned that me and Lindsay crossed paths 20 years ago.
Man, this world gets smaller and smaller every day. The more that I do this, the more I connect with people. I'm like, man, this is nuts.
This honestly worked out very well too, because like around the time that I started floating the idea, like we want you as a co-host, and then I was floating the guests we're going to bring on, you guys organically started connecting too. So
Yeah.
it was just like, it's one of those things that I am a strong believer in. Everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
And like the things align, and they just did, and it all worked out because she had been wanting to meet you, even in the conversations we had, prior to coming on the show. She's like, oh wait, Joe's not going to be here. I was like, yeah, but I got a guest host you'll like. And she's like, you got to tell me. I was like, eventually, maybe closer to the episode. I was like, it's Nick. He's like, no way. I'm like, yes it is. So it just worked out.
Absolutely. She's been somebody that I've been wanting to talk to for a while, and we got to talk about like her views on the business aspect of things, which is so cool. Getting to communicate with people and connect on this level and get to pick each other's brains about stuff. Like she's somebody, like I know that she's going to be a great resource for myself and for our community just over time, because she has so much valuable information and such a great outlook on things that like the sky's the limit for her and everything that she's doing. And like, listen, when I say I'm going to live in this bucket hat,
She didn't understand when
Yeah,
she,
like,
when you told her. I was like,
you don't know
no,
what you're in
literally,
for. Like-
Nick is going to wear that unabashedly. Like he's going to shower. You're going to.
Yeah.
That's going to be in everything. I'm like, no, you won't. I was like, yes, no, he will.
100%.
He will.
This will be. I gotta make a reel of me actually showering in this now. Like that's.
She's like, I expect. I was like, no, we told you. He's
Yeah,
going to wear it.
100%.
No, it was something unique. Like that's the one thing we try when we pick guests. Obviously we look to people that fit the vibe of the show, but I always like bringing in something that I don't necessarily know anything about, because I think the conversation, at least on the subject matter of what they do, is going to be intriguing, and I'm going to learn something. And then
Yeah.
the things that connect along the way, like just the way the conversation flows and the things we hit and the things we touch on, that's what I love about doing this, because everything is just.
Yeah.
It's unscripted. Guys.
Having these connections and you dive into these conversations, you never know where it's going to go.
No.
And you get to the end where we're like, oh my gosh, like this is, we touched on so many things. I'm looking at her. I literally sent her a message already, and I'm like, hey, we're doing something. We gotta make some stuff happen, because I love getting to meet these people where she gave me that dress for Addie, and
Oh, dude, yeah, I was gonna say Charlotte's. I'm waiting for her to get home. I'm like mad that she's still at grandma's, because I'm like, I want to give you that, because
right,
like handstone. Look, obviously, I drove a needle through my finger. I can't hand sew, but the hand stitch the dresses, and like, go buy one and see for yourself. We can
Seriously.
take our word, but the craftsmanship behind it, like I'm not trying to gas anyone up. It outperforms anything you're going to buy in a store. She's putting time, effort, love into each one of those.
The appreciation to know that was made by hand.
And you're not going to get those anywhere else.
Absolutely.
There's unique fabrics. What Nick's wearing. Look at the World Cup pattern, then the Eagles. You can't get that Eagles pattern anywhere else. That is solely so much cooler. So obviously you guys got to check them out. there's not much else to say other than go try it yourself. Take our word for it. But guys, phenomenal. You know,
Shopping
again,
local
exactly
never goes out of season.
And again, another unique one. I mean, we've run the gamut. I don't know what we're going to bring on next. Who knows? You're going to have to watch and see. But I think, you know, the only natural thing to do at this point is the classic. You guys got to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. As Joe would say, tell us we suck. But we don't. Please don't tell us that. It hurts my feelings.
Just engage.
Just engage. Like we've been doing here.
Absolutely.
Tell us, you know, maybe Nick should replace Joe and Joe's going to come back from Ireland.
Tell me how adorable I am. Like, can we just get a stream of comments that are like, yes, we're all on Team Nick.
or maybe it becomes, you know, maybe Nick's going to be here more, guys.
Yeah,
this is not, well, clearly Nick's going to do a second episode because we always like to run the gamut here. We're done doing one episode. We're 2 or 3 episode guys.
It's a marathon day.
So you get to see Nick again soon enough. So obviously, guys, stay tuned and we'll be back. Nailed it.
Yeah.
By the power of editing, it'll be beautiful. Actually, it was pretty cool.